Hello YouTube, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Would you care to watch me play a bit of Dwarf Fortress? I mean, if you carry on watching this video, you don't have any choice whatsoever. That is what will happen. So, you know, calibrate your future actions based on the outcomes you desire. That's all I can say. There's a starving horse and a drowsy spinner. Not very excited by that. Kib, however, the drowsy spinner, is a candidate, if I remember correctly, for mental health correction. And, if you bear with me, I think, if we zoom in a touch here, let me just... Yes, is this him? Oh, that's Medtop. What's Medtop the herbalist doing in the clinic? I mean, is he supposed to be there? Should he be fanning around in there? Did I tell it? Is he a sad lad? Am I killing him? We'll see. Also, we've got a few elves in for trading. I don't think I traded with them last time. Hopefully all the gear that's supposed to be there is in the stockpiles, although lots of people appear to be carrying something or other. So maybe they're bringing that to the trade depot. Who knows? Who knows at this juncture? I've also got a... where's it gone? There was a big uppercase P on the top of the screen there, and it's gone. There we go. What's this petition? The Company of Oil has many members in Cryptbeards and now requires a guild hall. The location must be built and furnished with the hall designated for a metalsmith's guild. Do you approve the request? I do approve the request. That seems perfectly reasonable. A metalsmith's guild in this fortress makes great sense. We do have a hell of a lot of metal knocking around, and it would make sense to train people up to use that metal. Had to mentally correct someone earlier, added them to the T100 squad and dropped them in magma. Oh my goodness, did they manage a final thumbs up as they melted? Or were they a screaming face coming out of a mouth, coming out of a face out of a mouth kind of mental health care recipient? If you understand what I'm saying there. I mean, that may require some mental unpacking for some people, but hey. Those in the know, right? Those in the know. Let's go down a few floors and check to see if they appear to have moved most of the tatty old clothing. We've got somebody in a mood. Logs. Oh god, I can tell you now, they're waiting for logs. Almost certainly. Yet no logs there. Right, okay. Okay, first things first. Before we do any trading with the elves, disgusting, what we need to do is come into this guy's workshop, take a little look at what he's got in there. Now, he's got a lot of leather. He does have a lot of armour in here as well. What's this about? Sheep leather armour? Great hound owl leather armour? I think it's reindeer calf bone and albatross leather that he's brought in. Let's forbid that and send him off to reset his timer. Yeah? You going? He's resetting his timer. Fantastic. We'll go up to the surface. Oh, no, hang on. I do need to remember to put that Metalsmith's Guild down, because if I go and trade immediately... Oh, shit, miasma in the graveyard. Disaster. Thumbs up in a kitten leather glove. Nice. Nice. Fingerless, right? Fingerless with knuckle holes, just to get the full look. Where am I putting this guild hall? I could put it next to the library, couldn't I? We could just extend this corridor. I'm going to do it on fairly... do I do it on high or low priority? Do I want it done before any downstairs digging is done? You know what? Let's put it on low priority. However, we will restrain ourselves, excuse me, from setting off any downstairs digging orders. How about that? So here's a lovely doorway, and then we'll make this guild hall like that big. Should be big enough, right? Got double thick walls to allow for... actually, it doesn't have double thick walls, does it? In order for it to have double thick walls, I would need to clip this back a little bit. There we go. Now it's got double thick walls, so we can guarantee the engravings are on the inside. Very good. Very good indeed. So... Now we set that going, and we know it's for a Metalsmith's Guild Hall. Let's quickly skip down into the deep mines and check out what's happening here. Oh yeah, we were opening and closing the gates to Douse, weren't we? And I believe Sal said that the best technique, in her opinion, would be to have someone standing there pulling the lever again and again, meaning they'll stand by it and they'll keep going until... And again, you have to time it right for them to stop pulling when it's closed, don't you? So maybe that adds an extra level of tomfoolery to the whole proceeding. Okay, well, it looks like we're not going to be making any more magma without another opening of the gate anyway. So let's let that unfold in a minute or two after we've got some surface shenanigans done. got a job with OCD. I mean, it would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice if we could have one with some actual legitimately useful mental health issues, but as it is, most of them just get depressed and go around, not drinking or eating and dehydrating to death, which is pretty dramatic, pretty sad. It's not good. But, it would be better if they were healthy, if they were useful. Where am I going with this? Let's get our trader up at the depot. He's currently at the depot. Or is he? No, he's on his way. That's fine. We can't trade yet. I don't know what goods are here. Can I see what goods have been brought? Okay, we've got some stuff. Some stuff has been brought. Wheelbarrows, apparently. A lot of wheelbarrows, mechanisms. Oh yes, I want to check that they've brought all the mechanisms up for sale, because we always like to sell our not masterwork mechanisms, because that stimulates the creation of new mechanisms, increasing the chance of masterworks being created. This is the masterwork one. So we've got a few. We've actually built up a few masterwork mechanisms. I'm pleased with that. And it looks like the mechanism stockpile on this floor has been emptied, so they're all at least on their way up there, if not already there. Let's unpause. Let's let the game go on. Let's let it continue. I'll have a quick sip of tea from my Tacoma Games mug. If any of you happen to be in the Washington State area, or specifically Tacoma, you may be interested in trying Tacoma Games. They sell tabletop role-playing games, collectible card games, board games, polyhedral dice, miniatures, etc, etc, etc. Have you ever played Unreal World? The name rings a bell. The name rings a bell. Yeah, you can engrave on ice. Ice is this, apart from the fact that it melts, is like any other block in the game. I think you can make mechanisms and all that kind of gubbins from it, can't you? Or am I crazy? Am I crazy? Hello, Arian. Pony Hydra Dice. Intriguing. Sounds very exciting. Is that like a horse that you can cut its head off and it replaces itself with more heads? Okay, I'm a little concerned that my broker is not at the depot. Where is Vucon and why the hell are we suddenly going... There we go. That's better. I'm not seeing any... Oh, here he is. He is here. I didn't see it, but it happened. It happened nonetheless. So, let's get some trading going. I would like their clay, just because we will eventually get round to using clay for something or other, but the more we stockpile, the better it will be when we finally start going. They appear to have brought a few instruments, not too many. A whammo, a lache, a fachichi, a kuthabe, a milema, and another kuthabe. We shall start, of course, with the first in the list, which is the wooden whammo. If I just take a moment here to pause Mr. Swerwer's beautiful music, and we'll have a little look at what the whammo is like. Now, we've definitely done a whammo before, but I can't remember anything about it, and hopefully this will be the definitive rendition. This is a well-crafted, grown walnut wood whammo. The body is made from walnut wood. The strings are made from mountain titan silk. The bow is made from high wood. The whammo is a large hand-held, silk-stringed instrument with a wooden body. The instrument rests flat as the musician plays the 6 strings with a wooden bow. Tuning is accomplished by pegs. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range, going from a very low to a mid-high pitch. The instrument has a steady, slicing timbre. So it's like a big old guitar played like a violin dobro on the floor. So, very low to mid-high pitch, steady and slicing. Is that the only descriptive text we have? Okay, so I'm imagining playing the it's too early for the instruments, you're not yet sleep-deprived and drunk enough. Not quite. Okay, that's lubricated the voice box enough. Just breathe in a big gob of spit. Perfect. Excellent. This is really going to help. Maybe I need a little bit of tea. Let's hope I don't try and breathe this as well. Okay. I think I've got my larynx back under control. Now, we need an enormous... I say enormous. The instrument itself is large. The bow isn't going to be enormous. We need a nice big bow. I think it's going to be played, held like a bow saw, like this. And it's going to be next to you here. There's going to be the guitar thing laying on the floor. I say guitar thing. It's got 6 strings. It's not a guitar. It's a whammo. And you pull the bow across the strings, and it goes steady and slicing. It goes. No, it doesn't do that. For some reason, I had the birdie song in my mind. Just had to get it out there. Don't worry. You like that little violins do that sometimes. Not exactly like that, but ish. Don't worry. Don't worry. The whammo doesn't give us, hear that intake of breath. The whammo doesn't give us the most detailed description. Let's hope the lache gives us something to latch onto. To try and get rid of the saliva so I don't accidentally breathe it in again. This is a well-crafted grown willow lache. The blowpipe is made from cedar. The wind chest is made from willow. The pipe is made from ash. The lache is a mid-sized handheld wooden wind instrument consisting of a central wind chest and 14 cylindrical wooden pipes, fitted with free reeds. The musician selects the pitch by stopping holes. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range, going from a mid-low to a high pitch. At all pitches, the instrument has a vibrating timbre, so it's, okay. Blowpipe, wind chest. Cool. 14, we've done this one, this is the box pipes, isn't it? One of the variants of the box pipes that we have in this world. So, vibrating. It has 2 registers. The low register has a brittle, piercing, strident timbre. So it's mid-low. It's got to be brittle, piercing and strident, but it also has to have a vibrating timbre. Interesting. Hello, Marchesini. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us again. So what are we doing here? How are we approaching this? Now, the vibration, of course, is provided by vibrato fists. If you do this while you're talking, it'll cause vibrato in your voice. Much better than any kind of chest beating, which just doesn't work. Sometimes I like to smack my knees. If I'm trying to gain a vibrato tone while singing to my children in the bathroom that they should brush their teeth, brush their teeth, brush their teeth, brush their teeth, up and down, and side to side and in between, I will do it on my legs as well to provide a little bit of a percussion element, but we don't need that in this instance because we are not mimicking a percussion instrument. Oh my god, I just sang the toothbrushing song. Anyway, where are we going? So, vibrating, we've got that. Brittle, piercing and strident, and it's played by stopping holes, so it's going to be difficult to do the finger motions and also the vibrato because that's going to end up with me being punched in the face, but we'll see how it goes. So, here we go. Brittle, piercing, strident box pipes. Too bland. That wasn't brittle or piercing. It was very flat, very boring. Brittle, piercing, and strident. Strident, come on. Strident is and brittle is and piercing is so we need something in the middle. Somewhere, something going It's a daft instrument, but I think I probably did capture something of the essence of it. I feel like the music for this particular instrument would be chaotic, up and down, all over the place. Madness, the kind of thing you can't dance to, the kind of things that people look at their feet and sway gently left and right to. Where was I? The high register begins at mid-high pitch and has a raspy timbre. So mid-high pitch, so kind of like a I'm not sure it's the ideal instrument for Ennio Morricone, but hey, I did my best. And now I am actually a little bit out of breath doing vibrato fists. Oh well, never mind. Let's take a look at the Ficcici. This is a particularly piney version. We've got a pine antibacterial spray that we've been using on the table and on the worktops. And unfortunately, I associate pine more with the toilet than I do with the kitchen. For some reason, I like a lemony scent in the kitchen, or maybe, I don't know, something just like an original smell, you know, like an actual clean smell. Whereas in the bathroom, I don't mind a bit of pine. A little pine air freshener thing, one of those little things that sits over the edge of the bog seat, you know, the little bricks that sit in the cage. That's a pine smell. When you sit down at dinner table and there's a big waft of fresh pine coming up, I always feel like I'm eating out of a toilet bowl. Not literally. Well, I mean, not metaphorical toilet bowl? I don't know. Anyway, just a little aside. Didn't mean anything. Let's have a look at the Fachichi. Why did I tell you that story? Hello, Alceris. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Today I learned Scoundrel's throat is in his knees. Okay, we'll work with that later on. We'll find some place to use that. This is a well-crafted, grown pine Fachichi. The yoke is made from plum wood. The sound chest is made from pine. The strings are made from rope reed. The Fachichi is a mid-sized, hand-held, cloth-stringed instrument with a wooden yoke and a wooden body. The strings are suspended from the yoke down to the body, and the musician plucks the 6 strings. Pardon me. Tuning is accomplished by pegs. The instrument has a 4-octave range, going from a mid-low to a very high pitch. At all pitches, the instrument has a smooth, steady timbre. Excuse me. I was about to inhale some saliva, and a reflex kicked in, and I decided to breathe out instead of in. And it was a very convoluted, reflexal loop of nerve activity going on there, and I feel like my narration isn't doing it justice. Let's just say the human body in action is a marvellous thing. The instrument has a smooth... Oh, hang on. Going from a mid-low to a very high pitch. At all pitches, the instrument has a smooth, steady timbre. It has 3 registers. The low register has a full, pure, crisp timbre. Okay, full, pure, crisp, but yet smooth and steady at the same time. So, smooth and steady. It's a plucked string, a plucked rope reed string. So, smooth, steady, full, pure, crisp. Bung, 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 Okay, I got a little bit too into that one. I'm not sure it's a good representation of the instrument, but it felt groovy. Felt pretty good. The middle register begins at middle pitch and has a noisy, thin, crisp timbre. So, noisy, easy, all instruments are noisy, right? Thin and crisp, bringing to mind what in the UK we call crisps, but everywhere else in the Anglosphere apparently they call chips, which is what we call French fries, which is very confusing. It's a merry-go-round of meaning that you could easily get lost on. So, full, pure, crisp, done that. Noisy, thin, crisp, whilst also being smooth and steady. Slightly higher pitch. Ding! Ding! But thin. Thin and crisp. I think that means it's not got much thickness, obviously. That is what thin is the antonym of. Yet could break easily. Something that gives way? No. Crisp doesn't mean it gives way. Crisp means that when it does give way, that's with a sharp break. So it doesn't linger. So we're looking at a ding, 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 ding. It's difficult. I'm having a lot of trouble with this one. Noisy, thin, and crisp. But it's still got to be smooth. I feel like it's difficult to have smoothness when things are getting crisp. Or is it? I mean, it's difficult to maintain smoothness under crisp conditions, for sure. The lightest touch and you've got a mark. Noisy, thin, crisp, and smooth, and steady. Ding, 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 ding. I mean, the Fachichi it's a fiddly beast. It doesn't like to be nailed down. It's writhing under my grip. I'm trying to form a shape for it, but it just doesn't want to stand still. The high register begins at high pitch and has a piercing, slicing timbre. So it's piercing, slicing, smooth, and steady. I think I might need to turn to the pitch shifter for the high notes. I don't think it needs to be full highness though. I think we need to go to +6. That should do. I'll make it wet. Excuse me. And then we'll try it. So, slicing. Piercing, slicing, smooth and steady. Well, I'm going to try and let the pitch shifter take care of piercing. Slicing, smooth and steady. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, sorry, hang on. Ding, 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 ding. I don't think the "bew" on the end was necessary, but it did something. It was like a little musical cherry on the top, or possibly a little buzzing blue bottle on top of a turd. Choose your favourite metaphor. The kuthabe is next, and then the melema, and then it's the final kuthabe there. We will go, they're the same price. Willow or highwood? I think I'm going to go with the highwood, so we'll skip the willow kuthabe. We'll look straight at the plumwood melema. Let's have a little look. It's not the most sane thing I've ever done. No. Hello, Wave Depletion. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Let's take a look at this plumwood melema. What can you tell me about yourself? This is a grown plumwood melema. The melema is a small, handheld, curved wooden horn. The musician blows into the instrument and selects pitch by restricting airflow out of the bell. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range, going from a middle to an extremely high pitch. At all pitches, the instrument has a smooth, focused timbre. It has 2 registers. The low register has a full, strained, even timbre. So full, strained, even, which is a low note. It's not even a low, it's a middle. It's a middle pitch note. Smooth, focused, but full and strained. Okay, so put a bit of a strain on it. A bit too. It's not very even. It's not very even. Not very focused. It's a bit too. It's hard to be strained and focused. And it doesn't even sound very musical, does it? It sounds very unmusical. It sounds like somebody trying to take a dump out of their mouth. How does one simulate the quality of strainedness in a musical instrument without going for a kind of a sound? Because that's very difficult. It's very difficult to maintain. A straining noise is, by its very nature, a short-lived affair. Anything that goes on too long could cause fainting or the bursting of blood vessels. That's no good. Full, strained and even. See, strained and even, that's what I'm having difficulty with. Maybe I can try, hang on. Okay, I'm getting out in the weeds here. We need to look at the high register. The high register begins at high pitch and has a light, brittle, pure, piercing timbre. So I think we'll return to the pitch shifter for this one. Light, brittle, pure, piercing. Here we go. Gondor calls for aid. Will anyone answer Gondor's call? I fear not. I fear this may be the end. Okay, let's try one more musical instrument before I am retired permanently into an institution. What have we got here? This is a grown highwood kuthabe. The body is made from highwood. The strings are made from linen. The kuthabe is a huge, stationary, cloth-stringed instrument with a wooden body. The instrument rests flat as the musician plucks the 11 strings. Tuning is accomplished by pegs. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range, going from an extremely low to a mid-low pitch. The instrument has a delicate, even, pure, piercing timbre. Okay, so it's another plucked dobro style affair. Delicate, even, pure, and piercing. Boing, boing, boing. I don't know why you couldn't possibly get that kind of noise out of linen strings. Linen strings are going to be a lot duller. They're not going to sound like they're made of sort of loose copper strings. So linen's going to be ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. That's not piercing, though, is it? I mean, it may have been possible to interpret that as delicate and even, but piercing? I don't know. Ravelin runs in the exact opposite direction of the call. Heavens above. Please, please have no fear. It's not dangerous, don't worry. They're just fictional instruments. They can't hurt you in any possible way. Here's some non-fictional music, though, from an actual musician, as opposed to whatever kind of monstrosity I am. Let's come down and find what else they've got. I don't want to buy any of their shitty wooden toys, even though they're fabulously environmentally friendly. I will buy a giant alligator, because I'd like to try and train that for war. Raccoons are more of a reconnaissance beast, and I don't think they actually have that many battlefield applications. I mean, sure, they can get the element of surprise on an enemy, but because of their tiny hands and fingers, they can only hold small guns, and therefore even the most rudimentary of armour will defend against them. Crows? No. Wolverines? I don't think they can be trained for war, but schnicked. Walnut wood cages, kangaroo does, giant capybaras, two-humped camels, beavers, grown peachwood cages, blah, 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 blah. I'm probably going to have to buy some of this stuff just to clear weight in their inventories so they can take all the heavy-ass shit I want to sell. Short swords and long swords, robes, breastplates, shirts and dresses, all very boring bullshit. Not that we want to buy any elven clothes, because, I mean, we can't actually wear any of this shit. It's all far too big for us. Plumwood bucklers. Where's my page down key? There it is. Wooden gauntlets and gloves. I'm familiar with the sabot or clog as a wooden shoe, but wooden gloves? I don't feel like they're going to be particularly useful, are they? Do they have the thermal properties you would want, or the armour properties that you would want to be worth wearing a glove? I'm not sure. I don't think so. The chance of splinters with all of this shit is very high, in my opinion. A saguaro rib figurine of an elf. Ugh. God. Ugh, I can't imagine a more elven thing. Disgusting. Basically smells of poo. Do I buy fruit? I mean, we do have a problem with food going off, and we're probably going to have more people turn up to trade with before we run out of what we've got. So let's not bother. Let's not bother unless they have trouble with weight. Loincloths, splints. Oh, I forgot. They're illiterate. They don't have books, do they? Well, okay, so we're buying 1,000 trade credits worth of stuff from them. So I think we'll start by giving them this tatty old llama wool shirt. Scrolling down a bit, maybe we won't give them so many serrated green glass discs, because it does feel like that is, even though we are trying to just stimulate the creation of more, I mean, that is a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of money we could be spending with better trades. Finished goods bin, sheep wool tunics. Ah, now this is what we want to see. That one's tatty, that one's tatty, that one's tatty, that one's tatty. Let's get rid of all the tatty shit. That's right, I'm going to take the time. I'm going to go through here and look at which is which. Spiked copper balls. Do we even want these? I mean, we could put them in traps instead of selling them. They are worth a few pennies. Alright, enough of these trap components. Let's keep going down. We only want to sell stuff that we really want to get rid of. Bismuth bronze corkscrew. Holy shit, when did I get all this shit? Spiked bronze ball. Axe blades. Menacing steel spikes. This shit needs melting down. Okay, ignore it for now, though. Spiked copper ball, sheep wool hood, that's tatty. Is this the last page? Okay, let's sell all these mechanisms. Bosh. Mechanisms for sale. There we go. Hazelwood wheelbarrows. Why would I want to sell wheelbarrows? They're useful. And, fucking hell, valuable. Why are they so valuable? Let's have a quick look at them. Just superior quality, I suppose. Superior dwarven engineering. Is there no other tatty old clothing? I don't think I did the thing where you unforbid all of the stuff that's been dumped, did I? What a silly ass. Oh well, this is plenty of trade value for them. They're getting 6,000 trade credit profit, and we're getting rid of all those mechanisms and stimulating our little... I don't know why I did that. Stimulating our mechanic. Mechanic? That's how you pronounce that word. That's how you pronounce that word. Okay, so we've done our trading. We've done our trading for the day, which means that we can dismiss our broker. Goodbye, broker. Off you go. Get out of there, and we'll allow our dwarves to get on with the task of putting everything where it needs to be. Although 16 idlers is a lot of idlers. Why are they not putting it where it's meant to be? They could be doing something useful. How about moving microcline? DVD. None of this has been designated for dumping yet, so we'll immediately do this, because 14 dwarves should make relatively short work of this microcline stockpile, so we'll do that. Microcline dumped, and then of course we have to go straight over to the stock screen and undump the wheelbarrows that we dumped there. Wheelbarrows, Control N, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. Dum-ba-dum. Oh, question mark. There we go. That was what went wrong. Don't worry. Stop panicking, everybody. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's get all the ones that don't have a job on, because it takes us to the top of the list every time we do one of them, and that's pretty annoying. And you can't scroll from the top to the bottom in one key press. That's super annoying. Still, could be worse, couldn't it? I could be on fire. I mean, that's pretty bad, right? And now we can just undump all of these. Good. Hooray! So that's that sorted. They should all spring into action, head down into the microcline corridor / stockroom. There they go. Look at those idlers move. Happy days. Okay, nobody's started doing any of the digging here, which is understandable. There were probably designations down in the deep mines, so we'll go and have a quick look and check what is currently occupying our miners. Nothing. Interesting. Now, I am considering, I've had an idea here, where we're having trouble getting the water to spread from here. Oh, another petition. Hold on. The doctrines of harvesting has many worshippers in Cryptbeards and now requires a temple and a priest. The location must be built and furnished with the new position appointed by you. Do you approve this request? Let me just get Notepad out quickly. File. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Shit. File, save, file, new. Okay, so doctrines of harvesting. Here we go. Temple. That's easy. There we go. So at least I've got a note that needs to be done. Approve. Good. Probably should have made a note of the people who wanted a metalsmiths guild, but never mind. Now, my plan here is to just sort of extend out these tunnels a bit. Dig round to the edge and then put some floodgates on this side here and here that can be opened independently of these ones. I mean, that's the dream. That is the dream. Whether it pays off or not is an entirely different thing, but that's what I'm hoping to do. However, let's come up to the surface again and see if they're doing any of the level 7 digging that I told them to, because if they're not, something else is keeping them occupied. What are you up to, my little miners? Did I post the going live message in the Discord? I did. Good. I don't know if I forgot any of my notifications. Probably not. I probably remembered them all. I'm a big boy. I should be able to do that. Here we go. The mining is underway. They're coming to dig this tunnel. We can turn this into a lovely metalsmiths guild, and then we'll think about where we're putting our temple. Excuse me. Part of me thinks maybe come up here and put a temple over here. Who the hell are they anyway? I've never heard of this group. Hello, righteous boner. Beware its webs. Lobbing ropes, as they say. Let's do it. We're going to do it as priority. Oh, I can't go priority lower than 7, can I? I have to do it a higher priority. What a silly fucker. Never mind. If I dig here, though, Oh, no, not too wide. Not too wide. Then I can come to there. I can put a little doorway there. Like that. And then we'll put a temple. I'm not going to go nuts with it. I'm just going to make it that big. And then that should be all fun and games, right? And then this miner should ping over there quickly. Good, 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 good. Okay, we'll leave them getting on with that. We'll leave them getting on with that while we examine other elements of the fortress. And maybe, even though it tempts fate a little bit, maybe I'll sort out my hotkeys, because only having a hotkey to the surface and the deep mine is not the most efficient way of playing the game. But having said that, it does keep me a little bit more aware of what's going on other floors. You can get a bit... Hello. I've just realised I have been ignoring you. Please excuse me while I tell you to go and get something instead of grey Langor leather. He needs trees. Up to the surface. DT. There we go. And I would like you to chop down these 3 trees, please. Actually, let's make it a 4 tree. Let's make it 6 trees. Let's go absolutely wild with the tree chopping. Now, somebody will come and do this eventually, I presume. We've definitely got enough axes. I have made an enormous number of axes. Okay. Come on, somebody come up and start chopping trees. That's what I'm interested in. I don't want someone going berserk from a failed mood. That's unacceptable in a fortress this well appointed, really, isn't it? Oh. I know. It's a tragedy, isn't it, having to resort to using such pitiful materials as wood. What are we, elves? Are we dwarven? Or are we elvish? People are going outside to do stuff. I don't know what they're doing there. They're gathering food. I shouldn't have any zones out here. And I don't. Maybe I need to turn gathering off to stop them from coming up here and just engaging in general japery and buffoonery, which is not ideal. Neither japery nor buffoonery work well in these circumstances. Is this guy chopping? He's a woodcutter. He has chopped a tree. Now this will likely have caused... There we go. There's our moody boy springing into action. Old Doran heading to the surface to grab himself some logs. Nice. Very good. Excuse me. Okay, so everything seems to be moving along nicely in the moved zone. The elves have been traded with. We need to get all their shit stowed away. Is there any stockpile rationalisation that I can engage in right now that'll help us get things on the move? It looks like we've dealt with our KV population. There appears to be one left. Is that a KV? It's a pet. It's a pet, so it can't be butchered, which is a tragedy. But hopefully there's nothing around it can breed with, and when it dies, that will be the end of it. In fact, maybe we could neuter these bad boys? I feel like neutering a KV is going to be an incredibly fiddly operation, right? Their balls can't be huge. You're more than likely going to kill it. Anyway, who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's a doddle. Maybe it's simple as fuck. Okay, so... everything's okay on this floor, nothing too crazy is happening. Our moody boy's got his wood. Let's go a bit further down. We've got 11 idlers again, which seems like a very large number, considering I've ordered people to go and dump all this. Oh, they've dumped it all. This is all new microcline that needs dumping. Excellent work, lads. Okay. And obviously there can't be that much microcline knocking around, because if there was, we wouldn't have 7 or 8 idlers, would we? Oh, hello, it jumped down for a second as people decided they were going to get microcline. Maybe, yes? Question mark? Query? Conundrum? Okay, they do seem to be moving it. They seem to be moving it quite well. But we are spiking back up to like 14 idlers, which indicates to me that perhaps all of the microcline in the fortress has been retrieved. Is this a possibility? I mean, there's definitely microcline down in the deep mines, right? If I skip down there and take a look. Oh yeah, no, they've cleared it all out. All the blue bits collected. Very nice. What did I say I was going to do next? It was orthoclase, wasn't it? Let's get some orthoclase gathered up. I feel like that's going to be a low-hanging fruit one. It's going to be relatively straightforward. What is Mood Boy doing on the surface again? Gathering more wood, are you? This sounds like an intensely tedious artifact you're building. This better be covered in exciting decorations or I'm going to be mortified. Shouldn't be so much wood in a dwarven artifact. Anyway, where was I? Completely derailed my train of thought there. Oh yes, collecting orthoclase in this stockpile. I'm going to give it a few seconds for the microcline to be moved out. D, B, D. Have these been? No. In fact, let's just bulk dump it. There might be some microcline sitting in wheelbarrows. There we go. Z, E. Nope, gotta go stocks first. E, W, H, E, L, B. Go, press Control M to filter out all the stuff with no markers, and then Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, question mark, forbidden? No sir, no. Let's unforbid all the forbidden ones first, that makes more sense. Because it's just going to ping back up to the top, hooray, come on now. There we go, if I press Control J, will it? Yeah, it gets rid of all the ones that... God damn ye. Damn your eyes. There we go, this is it. That's the one we want. And then now we say Control J, because that's not going to get rid of any, and bosh. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we're just waiting to see if those... Oh, no, just waiting to see if those microcline blocks get moved. Oh, very nice, righteous. A 3070, so futuristic, so beautiful. Such a bright and shining example. Have you got all the parts? Have you assembled it yet, or are you just waiting for it to be delivered? Because I suppose you could whack an old graphics card in while you wait, couldn't you? There we go. Do you really want to do that? Do you really want to sully brand new components with a slow old graphics card? Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. There we go. There go the last two bits of microcline. Very nice. Now I'm going to click here, and we're going to change this now to not collect microcline. It's going to correct orthoclase. There we go, and we should see a storm of yellow boulders being brought up to the stockpile. Very good. Oh, so it's going to be a nice leap when it finally gets delivered, isn't it? Going from an old VGA card to something of a modern vintage is going to be exciting as fuck. I think our Moody Boys begun their construction. They have. Excellent news. Excellent news. Let's go and check our miners' progress now. How are you doing, miners? You, Ooh, look at that. We can get smoothing. Very nice. So we can start by smoothing this room, which is going to, of course, be our, what was it? Temple? That's the word I was looking for. Am I going to smooth the corridors on the outside now? Is it worth smoothing the corridors outside the actual function rooms? I think we can leave that. While we've actually got proper smoothing to do, let's leave it. Ooh, we have got some tetrahedrite here, which is nice. It's a bit of schist. Tetrahedrite, schist. Okay, once we've done orthoclase, we'll move to schist, although the orthoclase it looks like is going to be a little while because I've got a ton of it appearing, digging right into it for that guild hall. Metalsmiths? Metalsmiths, that's the one. Hopefully our engravers and smoothers will get this done in lightning time, and then once that's done we can engrave it and set it up as... In fact, we can set it up as a temple now, can't we? It doesn't need to be finished. Or does it? If I set it based on a zone... Oh. The forgotten beast, Shedim Ugo Shogez Tarazarek Thol has come. A towering one-eyed pangolin. It has a knobby shell, and it undulates rhythmically. Its rose taupe hair is long and wavy. Beware its fire. You know what? I don't care, because I've walled those bad boys off. So I've got nothing to worry about. No concerns whatsoever. Anyway, where was I? I was watching something being done. The digging and the smoothing and the engraving and all that jazz. Did I have a second vampire? I should probably check that, shouldn't I? Did I have a second vampire turn up? Hang on. Oh, the elven merchants have headed off. Let me just connect Dwarf Therapist up. You connecting? You have a little connector? Ah, there we go. And let's pop over there. No! Yes. Yes. Let's pop over there, take a little look at the situation. We'll sort by nothing. And then we'll have a little peeky poo. Dobar, are you a vampire? Yes, Dobar's a vampire. Now, is that the guy? No, Kib is the other vampire. So we're looking for a light purple. There's Kib. There's Kib the vampire. But we want old Dobar in that squad as well. So I'm going to right click on him here. I'm going to assign him to squad the Mountain of Stasis, because that's where he lives now. And then I'm also going to... Oh, how do we get him in there, though? We have to wait until he gets nice and close, don't we? Interesting. He'll get there. He'll get there. Don't worry. Don't worry. I can leave Dwarf Therapist now, can't I? Let's do it. Bosh. There we go. So I'm hoping that he'll turn up somewhere over here pretty quickly, if we can find him. Hopefully he won't kill before he gets there. Although I think we're at a resilient level now. We're at a point where we can actually have a few people die, and it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world. Curved monitor. Oh my. Heavens above. Very fancy. Is this the guy we're waiting for? Einjarn? Einjarn. Are you some kind of secret vampire? Is this your pseudonym? Your nom de plume? Or, well, I suppose it's you're a soldier now, so it's a nom de guerre, right? Nom du... Nom nom? Nom 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 nom. Okay, what's going on? Nobody's coming up here. We're going to have to hunt him down sooner or later, because if we have a rogue vampire roaming the halls, it's just going to cause chaos. People are going to go to bed, they're going to close their eyes, and they're going to die. Just the way it goes. Oh, I do need to smooth some of these bedrooms as well, it looks. Heavens above. Let's put the order in. DS. And I'm going to make this a level 7 smoothing order, so they just get on with it in the background when they've got nothing else to do. That's my theory, at least. Could be a flawed theory, but it's still a theory, okay? Well, it's a hypothesis. Let's not get too carried away. Okay, so you're done there. Fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. The orthoclase is coming up nice and fast. It's good. Although we still have an unusual quantity of idlers. Why so many? That's what I say. DBD. I'm going to individually pick some of these bits of orthoclase for dumping just quickly so we can keep the thing moving nice and fast. Jumped up to 22 idlers there. Oh! Dorin Oslandorok, the manager, has created Enirikat Zangodluslem, a catastrophe of Kogiskun leather quiver. He claims it as a family heirloom. God, there's a mouthful. Let's take a little look at it. Beguiler goals. Okay, it's a what is it? A leather quiver. Beguiler goals, the dignified puzzle. I mean, I think this sounds like one of those super seducer kind of affairs. Is this like a tool for somebody to neg women with or something? Seems weird. Let's take a look at it. It's worth $6,000. It's not particularly expensive. This is a catastrophe of Kogisan leather quiver. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with catastrophe of Kogisan leather, and this object menaces with spikes of hazelwood. On the item is an image of Vukar speaker labours, the dwarf, and Boar orders the giant dingo in reindeer bone. Boar orders is striking down Vukar speaker labours. The artwork relates to the killing of the dwarf Vukar speaker labours by the giant dingo. Oh, heavens above, I put my leg up and it pressed the keyboard against the underside of the table. The giant dingo boar orders in the Murk of Harmonies in 484. On the item is an image of a thin cross in altar. It's not the most exciting item, is it? I feel a little bit underwhelmed. Still, never mind. I should have expected that. Should have expected it. How's my melting cycle going on here? These lads don't seem to be getting through these axes, crossbows and swords fast. In fact, they don't seem to be getting melted at all, even though... my melt orders have all been suspended for some reason. Let's take a little look at what happens when we unsuspend the melt orders. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I need to unsuspend all the orders as well, because we do have hematite in here as well now. Let's do it. Unsuspend. 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 Unsuspend, unsuspend, unsuspend. There we go. Let's see what this prompts. There should be a flurry of activity. I should also go into here and maybe make an order for melting a metal object to stand. So they just get on with it. Rather than buggering around putting individual orders in individual workshops, which I realise I have also done now, probably causing no end of confusion. Okay, so things are going okay. The silver issue seems to be resolved here. We seem to now have actual good quality silver storage here, and we've removed the silver from here. This is all for adamantine, right? Or something of that nature. Let's pull another metal out for segregated stockpiling. Z, stocks. Let's look at our bars. We've got a lot of iron now. A lot of iron. Not as much as we have gold, though. We have far more gold, which means it's going to be a pain in the ass to segregate out. But maybe that's why we need to do it sooner rather than later. Maybe that's why it needs to be put in its own little pile. Then again, do I give enough of a shit to do it? Got a few platinum bars, that's interesting. I wonder if we can dupe those. We've certainly got enough steel to start duping stuff now. That's interesting. That's interesting. Interesting. We've got 37 adamantine wafers. The number's going up nice and steadily. Is this orthoclase? No, it's brimstone. Oh, okay. So not all the yellow stuff is orthoclase. Fair enough. That's fine. We are going to have to start dealing with railgar and cinnabar soon as well, because those redstones really jump out. But honestly, I feel like schist and rhyolite have become a major issue again. Right? Yeah. Ah, the smoothing's done. Excellent. So that means we can say designate E for engrave, and then we can come to this temple here, engrave the entire thing. Brilliant. Also build doors. That's not how it works. Try again. Build doors. Lovely. And we're going to do it in planning mode. And I'm going to pop doors here and here. And I've just realised none of the openings on this floor have doors in them, which is unacceptable. Oh no, the one for the dining hall does. That said, I might want to put another door on that, because it seems like we're kind of restricting entrance to a very large room through a very small bottleneck. But then again, am I really that fussed? No. We'll let it lie. We'll let it lie for now. Hello Fuzzy, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. I see you've been playing a lot of Factorio lately. Quite an exciting opportunity. A very fun little game. I nearly tried to tap you up for some Deep Rock Galactic earlier. We were missing a man, and I thought, oh, should I bother him? And I thought, I'll let him build his factory. I'll let him go on with something he's already enjoying. A death world. Oh my god, that sounds. Actually, scratch that. Sounds horrifying. Fighting monsters? No! No, Factorio is all about those sweet supply lines. Cereal. Massive bus. Not a cereal bus, that's a different thing. That's a coach filled with cornflakes. Anyway, where was I? Yes, we're getting this temple done. Now I put the designations in, I may as well enter the zone, right? I may as well put the zone in. So do that. That, there we go. Press enter. It's a meeting area. There we go. We're going to assign a location. We're going to assign a new location. It's going to be a temple. Right, and who was it we were making it for? It was for the Doctrines of Harvesting. However, this is a perfect opportunity for a chance to see what gods we've got here. Where is the Doctrine of Harvesting? Does anyone see it? Cook. Firth. Doctrines of Pages. Doctrines of Harvesting. Here we go. I'll just have a little look who's here. So we've got, if I expand this out, Vakist Adore Whips, the persuasion of matching. 15 worshippers, god of speech, persuasion, dance and music. Sounds fairly fun. Sounds like a fairly fun god. What about Koz, the cook of bellies? Interesting. God of food. Very dwarven. I think we may have to put a temple to you in the dining hall. That might be quite cool, right? Or a little annex at the very least. Itur, the god of crafts. Udil, the god of the dawn, twilight and dusk. Got all the bases covers there. Ustuth, all the liminal time zones. Mercy and forgiveness. Alright. Rinal, the sky, the rain, nature and the sun. Quite a broad portfolio and only 4 worshippers, which is interesting. Zas Coal Gravel, mountains and caverns. I mean, yeah, sure, we've walled off all our caverns, but we do live in a mountain. Come on, more people worship this god. As Mine Ivory, one worshipper, portfolio jewels. Assen the Golden, 6 worshippers, portfolio earth. Nina Crush Splattered, god of fortresses and war with a buff 28 worshippers. Okay, maybe we'll put some of those shrines around the barracks. Idek Mellowpland is the god of wealth, trade and poetry. Oh, what a great god. Lovely. Tarag, the god of death and blight, has 4 worshippers. Why? What has brought you to this place? The Faith of Lessons is for Vasik Adore Wisps. Okay, I see. So each of these is for a particular god. Idek Mellowpland. Oh my god, there's a number of schismatic doctrines that all worship the same gods. That's a problem. Carl the West Trade, wealth and trade. Tickbow Mellow Beloved, speech. Dether, festivals and songs. The Fair, balance. The bud growths of beginning, the god of children. Oh, interesting. I thought it was going to be a cannabis god. Raz Ruler Thorns, the riddled, fortresses, war and victory. Anan the umbral, darkness. Con, fame. Az, theft. Oh, let's keep an eye out for Az. Don't want him getting too esteemed in the fortress. Onol Diamond Oiled, god of minerals. Etest Rosemost, creation, pregnancy and courage. Oh, that's a nice little portfolio. I like it. The Sanctum of Shell, sacrifices. Okay. Atir, longevity, youth and birth. Oh, nice. Good little portfolio. Zephon Warm Crystal, mountains, volcanoes and fire. Surprisingly few worshippers here. Tosid, the god of fortresses. And as Diamond Caves, the granite gem, god of metals. Okay, so I mean, very exciting information, but we're looking for the doctrines of harvesting. Currently, they worship Koz, the Book of Bellies, our god of food. So in you go, doctrines of harvesting. The Chocolate Sanctum. Nice. That sounds delicious, but also sounds like a euphemism, which is not so great. Not so delicious. Hello, Cupo. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. I see you back on the horse, streaming again. Going well, I hope. Well done. That's very patronising, isn't it? How rude of me. Well done. Congratulations. Fuzzy Logic says, we killed some bases by sheer brute force, throwing bodies at it with 10 free ammo you spawn with. Oh my god, so it's a big old... How many people you got playing in the multiplayer? Because as throwing bodies at it, it sounds like all well and good, but if you've only got 2 or 3 players, surely madness. First one's a silver tongue. Second's an ice cream cone. Excuse me, I'll have to have a look at these gods again. I'm presuming that's what you're talking about. Let's have a little look. Let's go to the Chocolate Sanctum. Hang on, Chocolate Sanctum, and I need to look at the details. D for details. Oh, that's not how it works, is it? Bugger! We need to make another fucking temple. We'll look next time. I'm sure I'll be making more temples soon. Having seen the wealth of gods we have, it only makes sense. Alceris says, dawn and dusk seems kind of redundant when you already have twilight. That's true, but maybe they don't want to be mistaken for the god of those books about sparkly vampires, because goodness me, I wouldn't want to be mistaken for that, would you? Would you? I don't think you would you? I think you'd be mortified, you'd be aghast. You'd be agog. You'd be sitting there going, oh, me? Sparkly vampire? Do you mind? How rude. What utter nonsense. Close your mouth and never open it again, even for breathing. In fact, plug up your nostrils. And just in case you've learned how to breathe oxygen through your bumhole, plug that as well. Fortunately, those books don't exist in Dwarf Fortress. Well, there may be some analogue. You never know. It's possible that there is some author of a similar vein in that world. We'll have to find out. We'll take a deep look. Next time someone trades books with us, we'll see if there's any that resemble Twilight. Or other young adult fiction type affairs. I mean, there are other books. Other books are available. Obviously, because I've never read the Twilight books. Read the Harry Potter books, never read the Twilight books. They never really appealed to me. Never really called out to me and said, "Scoundrel, you must read this. This is incredible literature." Ah, bum! Don't do that. Don't do that, scoundrel. There's a big problem here. Ah, what a dingbat. I've been putting orthoclase in the microcline stockpile. Serious problems. So, with that in mind, let's go over here and we'll deactivate that stockpile. Fantastic. And then I need to bung another stockpile here. There we go. And make that a dump. Excellent. Now that is active. Fantastic. Close. I also need to make a stone stockpile over that area there. And in that stockpile, I need to say, please only accept orthoclase. Stone. Forbid. I think it's in here. Orthoclase. Yes. Fantastic. And then I need to say DBC to reclaim all the bobbins over here. I did this wrong, didn't I? Did do it wrong. Press escape. Now say DBC. There we go. Bang. Lovely. So that's probably going to result in a bit of orthoclase being dragged out of that stockpile back into here, but that's fine. In fact, it's all this stuff I designated for dumping is probably going to end up in there, isn't it? And then be recycled back up in. But whatever. Whatever. Glowing vampires do not appeal to me. No, I mean, not unless they're glowing because they've been put into the sun and incandesced, become, burning embers. But, generally speaking, honestly, I'm not a huge reader of vampire fiction. Kel loves the Anne Rice novels, and I have had them recommended to me by numerous people on numerous occasions, but I have to say I'm not so much a vampire lad. I do like Vampire the Masquerade, and as people in chat well know, I have a game that needs playing. Oh, someone's been found dead. What was that about? Oh, bollocks, the vampire's at large. Let's have a quick look and see if he's hanging around where he's supposed to be. Oh, you fucking vampire. Okay, what we've got to do is say, see the mountainous station. I would like you stationed in here, if possible, please. So O, cancel station, M, station, in there. Bang. So hopefully he will rush to get there, and then we can lock him in. That'll be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be lovely, in fact. You coming? You coming, old Mr. Vampire? Yeah, that's right. That's right. I've given you an order. A military order. Yeah, baby. Get up there quick as you can. Let's have a little catch up with chat. Mechanical keyboards suck. It feels like I'm learning how to type all over again. I mean, I like the sensation of pressing mechanical keyboards. I've got a membrane keyboard, but it feels kind of pseudo-mechanically. Nice and chunky. I enjoy some vampire fiction and very desperately want to play Vampire the Masquerade someday. Well, you never know. One day, maybe I'll be running Vampire the Masquerade on my channel. I do keep trying to put together a group of friends to do a tabletop game on the stream, but it's never yet borne fruit. I'm more of a Call of Cthulhu guy, to be fair, but what's that game? I've got as I was saying a minute ago, I've got a vampire game to play on the stream. I forget the name of it. I played the first few minutes of it to just sort of get the cut of its jib. Bear with me. Bear with me. It's called Coteries of New York? No, not Vampire. It's actually a Vampire the Masquerade game. Yeah, Coteries of New York. It's kind of a visual novel kind of affair. Very interesting. I'm going to give it a crack. The very opening gambit is a little bit of perhaps not troubling, but eyebrow-raising terminology that suggests to me could have been written by someone who learned English from Pornhub, but we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. But it looks good. It looks like it does have all the hallmarks of the classic Vampire the Masquerade that I'm familiar with, so I feel like we might have a good swing at it. A lot of reading, though, so hopefully I will be able to maintain enough voices for it to make sense. Okay, we've got a lot of shit moving around here. Nobody seems to be taking up the order to come and get stationed. So I know why. I know fucking why, because I haven't gone and actually committed the change. Now he's in the group. Now if we go to the mountainous, there he is. Come on, Dobar, get in position. Get to where you're supposed to be. Do the deed. Dwarven Wrestler Necromancer. Well, that doesn't sound optimal. Is that him? No, that's not him. That's somebody else. Why are you not going up there? You've been told to be stationed, sir. Why do vampires always go after beautiful diaphanous heiresses behind the billowing curtains of their mansions instead of random drunks in the street? You know, I feel like there's a lot of... there's too much romanticism. That's one of the things, and I don't mean like just general romanticism. I mean like actually like sexy romanticism of vampires in the fiction. And much as that goes a long way in certain circumstances and certain stories it really works for, I feel like if you are drinking the blood of human beings as your only source of nourishment, that's going to be a seedy, dirty world. But that's one of the things I liked about the Vampire the Masquerade setting, is that it kind of addresses that. It's like not all vampires are cut from the same cloth, and many of them, such as Clan Nosferatu, which was one of my particular favourites, often drink solely from the homeless because they're hideous creatures that live in the sewers. The vampires in Clan Nosferatu, not the homeless. Homeless are people. Homeless are people. Now there's a phrase. There's a phrase that I never thought I would be saying quite so grammatically loosely. Come on, is this our vampire? Are you heading into position? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why is everybody taking so long? Surely they're supposed to be here. Let's reissue the order. C-O-O. There we go. Another M. Now you're in the squad. Hopefully you will activate. There we go. And head over there. That's the dream, at least. Dare I dream quite so big? Dare I? Dare I? Oh man, I used to love playing a Nosferatu vampire. I used to go to all the Camarilla events, like the live-action vampire role-playing events, and I'd like cover my face in fucking latex and then rip holes in it and go all scabby. It was great. I loved it. Right, so I think we want to pull this lever. Yeah? And then once that's done, we'll want to pull that lever once he's in there. And, oh no, this lever, and open that up, and then everybody's going to be in there. It's going to be good. Why are there sheep sweetbreads and chopped sheep liver in here? This guy doesn't eat anything. He's a hemivore. Homeless people are vampires. Now there's a bold claim. There's an intriguing claim to make. I mean, some of them might be. If vampires exist, I'm sure some of them would be homeless, right? Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. Right, is someone going to come and pull this switch? Oh, they have pulled it. Hey, he's locked in. Fantastic. Add pull now. Good. Excellent. We want that opened. And then once that's done, I can actually change the order now, can't I? We don't need them stationed. There we go. Vampires can hang around there. It'll be great. They'll be happy. And they can train to their little heart's content. Or way beyond their heart's content. I do notice some orthoclase. Oh no, brimstone. Brimstone and microcline in here, which is a little bit annoying. Can vampires own property and mean they're dead? Well, in the source material for this game that I keep going back to and talking about, there's a lot of scenarios where they have to sort of like, they have to have like a series of retainers, like ghouls who've drunk a little bit of their blood and are kind of glamoured by the vampire and sort of like, or, you know, they're being... If you've ever seen the What We Do in the Shadows TV series, very much they rely on Guillermos. They need somebody alive I mean, they can own property up to a point, but once you get beyond like 100, it gets suspicious when you still own shit. So you either have to have like, something owned in a trust, or there are ways round it. Let's just put it that way. There are ways round needing to own shit look at how rich people do it, right? Look at old Trumpy Wumpy not paying tax. Oh, I don't need to pay any tax. I haven't got any money. I'm a poor man. I'm a povo boy. Oh no, don't take my money, Mr. Taxman. I couldn't possibly afford it. Oh, he pulls the old silly buggers game, and the taxman goes, yes, Mr. Trump, of course. Of course, you are a poor man. You've never owned any property or any kind of wealth, and we shall allow you to get away with paying less than the average citizen. Good. There we go. There's my little bit of politics for the day. Not even local politics. It's about as far away from local politics as I can get without going to China or Australia. Exciting stuff. Fake your own death, steal someone's identity. Very good. Very good. They can't show up in court. That's a very good point. But in a stable society, I suppose you don't very often. If you think about, and this is going to be, we're about to head into the dark place, so if any of you are feeling fragile, do leave. But if you think about all the times they find like old people who've died in their houses, and they've got like a massive mountain of bills piling up in the hallway, and there's nothing but bones left of a decomposing corpse. I mean, people, that kind of stuff does get left by the wayside, right? It does kind of, if you're not in a society where like those kind of things are contested frequently and people aren't constantly coming to take your shit by force, you don't really, the chances of you needing to do anything in court are fairly slim. Like, most people never go to court in their lives, do they? I mean, obviously, once you get to those long periods of ownership, it does kind of start to get more and more likely that it will happen. But, you can get away with it for a while, until you've had time to put in some kind of mechanism for dealing with it, I suppose. Oh, okay. I didn't contend for that. I didn't account for that. I didn't account for the international variations on property law. Japan's got a weird one, isn't it? Like, for a long time, the Yakuza are responsible for all that kind of thing, like property conveyancing law, after World War II. Fascinating setup, if a bit mad. Right, a bit mad, if utterly batshit insane. Okay, why are we on this floor again? Oh yeah, we're waiting for the vampires to get going. That's good. The vampires have get gone, so that's nice. Orthoclase appears to be here in great abundance. It needs to be dumped though, so we will get on with that. Here we go. Dumpy. Dumpity dumpity. Dimpity dumpy. We've got 13 idlers. This should get dumped pretty rapidly. There we go. There's our little orthoclase spot. Very good. Have we got a ton of it knocking around the fortress? Oh my goodness, yes, there's tons of it here. Holy shit, that's a lot of orthoclase. I note that they've done the smoothing in the guild hall though, so now I can say DB engrave. We'll do it as a priority what? Wait, no, this isn't right. D E. There we go. That's what we want. I'll do it as a priority 6. Because why not? In fact, you know what? No. Let's make this priority 6. Haha! Clever boy. There's a goblin in there. Oh, hang on. We're going to have to deal with that. I feel like it makes sense for us to stop outsiders coming into that facility. They're going to cause trouble if they do. Cheeky bastards. Right, there's the engraving order. Let's go to our locations. We'll go to the Chocolate Sanctum and say... only members can visit. Yes, I know. And let's say citizens only. There we go, that's good. We also need to up the quality of the place. However, if we have a look, it's currently a temple and they haven't finished doing all the engravings. That's fine. What does recognised priesthood mean? Oh my goodness. It's getting a bit too complicated. I'm getting very confused. Speaking of legal stuff, for some reason my son has got right into Phoenix Wright. He's absolutely mad for it. He's been watching the anime, he's been playing the games. This shirt came free with a copy of a Wii game. I better look at the camera, see if you can actually see it. Came free with a copy of a Wii game called... fuck was it called? The name's printed on the shirt. Mad World, which had a voiceover from Greg Proops, the comedian, which is unusual. I don't think he's done many games. There we go. I'll just put that there. Close it down. Cancel. Minimise. That's what I was looking for. Not closing it down. Minimization. Okay. Right. We need doors there as well, don't we? DB. D. That's not right. We want DD. No. BD. That's what we want. BD. Come on, scoundrel. You know better than this. We can pop that in planning mode. There we go. Very nice. Very fantabulous. Good. Good. So that goblin's going to be getting out of the fortress because clearly he's not supposed to be here. What are you doing? Why are you... Erush. Erush doesn't sound like a goblin name. It is a goblin name, though. He's a goblin poet. Exciting. I hope he's not gobbling all our food up in there because that would be a problem, wouldn't it? Oh my god, my puns are getting worse. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. So our miners are now free, right? So we can come down here and start working on the adamantine removal system. Excuse me. Huge hiccups taking place here. Okay, so let's start by digging in here and making a 3-wide tunnel all the way around this zone. Okay. Once that's done, we're going to... What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Going to channel out? Well, in the end, it doesn't even matter. No, in the end, we're going to have to dig out there. Okay, I'm going to make floodgates here. In fact, do I need to do that? I don't know if I do. If I can just open it up, we could channel it. Although that may cause water to burst up into the upper levels with pressure. Okay, what I want to do is I need to dig across here. Where am I? Priority 6. No, not like that. I want to get to there. That's where I want to get to do a channel down. So we'll dig that there, and then we channel down to open up that, and then we want this to be behind some kind of gate. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully put a floodgate in there or something. That's gonna have to be happening later on. Okay, so once that's done, we'll need to channel out openings along here. So I'm going to say I want to put an opening that pours out water here, which is going to be 3 floodgates. One that pours out water here, which is going to be 3 floodgates. And then that should be good, right? Oh, for crying out loud. Just made these so they have to actually do it from the lava side. No, don't do that, scoundrel. Do it like this. Much better. There we go. Boom. Boom. Lovely. Okay, the miners can come back down and start working on that, hopefully. That's the initial stage. Do I need to do a floodgate here? I don't think I do. What I will need, though, is more levers here. So, with that in mind, I'm going to do a little diggy-wiggy here. We're going to do it at high priority as well. Dig out these little bits here. Once those are dug, I'm going to put levers in here, roughly coinciding with where they're supposed to be. That is not... No, okay, I'm not digging into the floor with the magnet. That would be a problem if I'm doing that, but I'm not. It's fine. Ah, hello. Hello, Fuzzy. Right, so they seem to have started taking that up as a job, so that's fine. Let's go back to the surface, take a look at this trade depot. Still absolutely rammed full of shit we don't need, and the dwarves all seem to be going up on the surface for some godforsaken reason. I'm going to attempt to stop that by going to Dwarf Therapist. There we go. And in here, I'm going to sort by, what have we got? Plant gathering. Here we go. Apparently I only have one dwarf set to gather plants, so we'll turn that off. Commit. There we go. What else have we got? Plant processing, milling, farming's fine. That can't. Going to gather stuff up on the surface can't be explaining. Like, gathering food on the surface can't be explaining the massive hordes of people traipsing up there every day. That's insane. Surely there's some other skill that's activated that's making them go up there, right? Fishing. Do I have any fishers activated? No. I've got fish cleaners activated though, and fish dissectors, which is fine. That's fine. Can anybody think of a skill that might be causing the dwarves to go up to the surface? I mean, yeah, they've got to gather wood occasionally, but not that much wood. Doesn't look like there's any around here anymore. Oh, hello. We've pinged. What have we pinged for? Why have we pinged? Oh, warm stone. Oh, piss off. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, dearie me. Unpause. Oops-a-daisy. Oh, it's going to be a right pain in the arse digging around there with all that warm stone. Every other fucking block's going to be a pauser. It's fine though, it's fine. People stop panicking, please. Let's build a lever. Let's pop a lever here. Yeah. Let's do another lever here. Another lever here. There's only 3 sets of gates, aren't there? Yeah, there's only 3 sets of gates. Let's not do this last lever here. There we go. Cool. Very, very cool. And again, they've decided to stop digging because of warm stone. Stick your warm stone up your bum, tra-la-la-la-la. Okay. Diggy, diggy, boys. Come on. We can make it. We can make it. Oh my god. Go. Keep digging. Keep digging. That needs doing as well. And these. There we go. It's fine. It's fine. It's only going to take about 4 hours to do this. Real time. Real time. Unpause. Got to remind myself to unpause every time it happens. If I just look over there. There we go. It's paused. Unpaused. Bang. Escape. Unpause. There we go. That was one of the more efficient runs there. Oh my god, please, game! Enough! I mean, sure, I do want notification so they don't just plough straight through, but Jesus Christ, it can get a bit annoying. So let's settle these to priority 1. There we go. Now on pause again. They should dig most of this out without pausing because they've already been previously designated. Good. Now we've got more micropline that's going to need collecting. Bugger. Oh, here we go. Yeah, exactly. The stone next to the warm stone is warm. Oh, who would have thought? Who could possibly have conceived of such a crazy notion? This might work out better. We'll probably expose more mineable material if we do it this way. There we go. Keep digging. Oh my god, he's paused again. Okay. Maybe I should set up some kind of hotkey. I have got hotkeys on my computer now. I can actually, like extra function keys that I can program. Macro keys, that's the word I'm looking for. Right, unpause, come on. If I look over here and watch every time it pauses, I'll just unpause it and hopefully we'll get through all the low-hanging fruit. There you go. Dig it all out. And I'll get on with that. There we go. That's it. Dig them all out. Get them all cleared. It'd be nice if more than one miner was down here doing this, to be honest. Of course, with all the pausing, that may not make it happen any quicker, but whatever. There we go. Get back down there. Get back down there digging. No, don't run off. It's not a tag team event? What are you doing here? Why have you decided to sit there by the magma? That's a dangerous place to hang around. Oh, you're not actually hanging around there. It's just paused, so you appear to be humming around. There we go. Diggly wiggly. Keep digging. Come on, boys. Get in there. Don't walk away. Please. Please no walk away. What are you doing? I actually do not understand 1/10 of what happens in the game, but I have a lot of fun watching it. Well, that's fair. That's fair. It is a game that tells stories. That is its main function, so I suppose that makes perfect sense. But you know what? If you want any explanation, I'll do my best. I just, as soon as I said that, I realised, don't tell people to ask you for explanations about what's going on in Dwarf Fortress. You barely understand yourself. But hey, hey, I'm sure somebody in chat will know what's going on. They must do, right? Somebody must. Otherwise, the whole world is just chaos. Oh, God, they take forever to get round here, don't they? Build. Let's put the floodgates in here. Planning mode. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. And then they've got the levers in. Once those are installed, we'll link them up to a lever. I'm not going to put any more in until they've all been installed and hooked up, because if I do that, it's going to cause chaos. Just for the purpose of linking up particular floodgates to levers, that's why it'll cause chaos. Not actual, real-world chaos. That's unlikely to be caused by Dwarf Fortress. Well, you know what? Some games you just don't want to play. Some games you just want to watch. I'm like that with certain games. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I know there are games like that for me. I definitely do have games that I watch more than I play. In fact, there's quite a few games like that, but they're usually sort of story affairs that I kind of wish I hadn't watched someone play, and I wish I'd played them. But hey-ho. I'm very glad I played Disco Elysium and didn't watch someone else play it, because that was an amazing game. I mean, it doesn't require that much intelligence to play. I mean, I'm sitting here playing Dwarf Fortress, so I mean, it's got to be at least reasonably accessible to idiots, right? It's got to have some level of approachability. I think you'll be alright. I think you manage it. All it takes is using the lazy noob pack instead of trying to download and play vanilla, because that's mind-bending. But the lazy noob pack and a few minutes of reading will get you going, get you set up. Be nice. Be nice. Also, a good way to learn how to play the game is to actually stream it, and then people will just turn up and give you helpful hints and handy advice. It works. It works. Yeah, a lot of story-driven games, it gets to a certain point where you're thinking, what is the difference between watching this game and playing it? Certainly, some of those old Telltale adventure games were like that. Oh, stop it! Don't try and move the camera with WASD. That's not how it works. Scoundrel! Disgusting. Disgusting. Right. Seeing as we're waiting for somebody to come down here, and as soon as they do start digging down here, we're going to be brought down to deal with the warm stone. Let's go upstairs and take a look at that orthoclase dumping situation. DBD. Is any of this getting dumped? Not yet, but we can set those designations. And then, when they are done, we can set more designations, and hopefully more orthoclase will be brought up. Oh, so exciting. Still got 9 idlers though, which feels like a lot of idlers. Too many, if I'm honest. Okay. Seems like the floodgates are going down. That's good. I'm very keen to get those installed. They're kind of pivotal to my plans. Have they started hauling stuff, or are they smoothing in here? Oh, they are. They're smoothing quite effectively in the bedroom zone. I like it. Smoothing in the bedroom zone. Sounds sexy. Metal down here's going. We didn't do a second stockpile, did we? I was going to do a gold one. Then again, I don't think the metal needs to be segregated that desperately. I think even segregating out the silver was probably a bit of a extravagance. A bit unnecessary. Oh, what was that? We had a little thing pop up. Oh, it's summer. Okay. Fair enough. Let's have a little look here. Something's happened in chat. Sometimes the hints do not come in a peaceful way. That's true. Sometimes you can have people yelling at you saying, no, not like that, like this. My social anxiety would make even the peaceful ones feel not. Aww. Well, fingers crossed. One day you have some method of learning Dwarf Fortress, which doesn't involve standing up in public and going, teach me! Tell me everything you know, Zeitgeist. Fill me with your generalized knowledge. A neural network made up of neural networks. Incredible stuff. Let's have a look here. Fucking hell, was that Craig from Big Brother? Or Craig, as he's known in hell. Did Craig from Big Brother go... Is he going to hell? He seemed like a fairly nice guy, didn't he? Or maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm a fool. I don't know how my computer works at all, or where to put things when I download them. That's why Lazy Noob Pack's a good one. Just download the file, unzip it, run the stuff in it. Bosh, done. Easy peasy. Peasy easy. I was thinking about it. If the reinforcement learning is able to learn this game, I work with this, but it seems too complex. I think somebody has... There is like a bot-controlled version. You would need a very, very complicated or complex neural network to play this game. I mean, you'd have to have layer upon layer upon layer in it because, I mean, just the concept. Because how are you going to do it? Are you going to have just the screen the graphical input? Because just that alone is just getting it to figure out what's going on the screen is a massive achievement if you get that to happen. I mean, I don't know a lot about neural networks. I know a little bit about neural networks, enough to know that getting one to play Dwarf Fortress is as complicated as getting it to play StarCraft, I would say. The game itself can barely run itself. That's true. That's true. I mean, if you all that stuff they're doing at DeepMind, getting them to play StarCraft and old Atari games, is really interesting stuff. Actually, it's a fascinating world, and games that, I mean, they're not making them. They're not making them. Caps lock is on. They're not making them just solely for the purpose of completing games with high scores and making an AI that can complete games. They're trying to sort of like make something that can complete generalized tasks, and one of the best models for generalized tasks in a computer environment would be computer games, because they have lots of different possible interpretations of what's going on the screen and a very definite way of measuring the quality of the outcome. So yeah, it's looking very exciting. The amount of text and graphical similarities make it complex to work out. Yeah, it would need to be able to discern, if you were going to put in the ASCII version, it would need to be able to discern between all of the colours used. So it would need to be able to tell what something is by the very slight variation in palette, which even I find trouble. Then again, that's not impossible. That's just a machine vision thing, isn't it? As I understand it, definitely feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like machine vision is becoming a fairly well understood realm, and at the moment it's sort of like just working out the details of how to implement it, whereas other parts of machine learning are still a lot more fuzzy and complicated, and we don't really quite understand how they work. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe machine vision is nowhere near that kind of level of completion or level of complete understanding. I could be wrong. Probably am wrong. I watch too much nonsense. I've attempted to learn about neural networks on a number of occasions, and I sort of get fucked by the fact that I never did any kind of serious mathematics at school, and therefore linear regression seems like black magic even after repeated attempts at trying to figure it out. I understand basically what it's doing. It's just implementing it that I find mind-bending, which I suppose is the big thing about neural networks, right? That's the thing as well. For each attempts for it to learn something would require like a full fortress simulation. And the better it gets, the harder it would be for it to improve, because it would have to play for hours upon hours. I don't know. Difficult. Yeah, no, I've been interested in that kind of thing for a long time, but like, as I say, my maths and programming are both weak as fuck, and therefore it's unlikely I'll be making any wild, exciting developments in the world of machine learning. That said, though, as it becomes more understood and the methods are becoming more and more figured out, more and more like finished and refined, I feel like it will be something that becomes available to lay people not soon, but relatively soon. I feel like you'll be able to use machine learning tools, and a lot of the sort of like creation of the various structures within the neural network will be either automated or, you know, templatized, boilerplated. I wouldn't say I was great at maths. You know, once I realised that maths could be deferred to a computer, I kind of went, I only need to know what this does. I don't actually need to be able to do it. Which is sort of true. Not 100% true. Sort of true. You know I watch too much UK content because I said maths as a born and raised American. Yes, the bizarre depluralization of the various forms of mathematics that the Americans do is a little bit confusing for me, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world, is it? It's not the worst thing in the world. It's certainly not the worst thing America's ever done. Couldn't even go that far. Right, let's link this up to a floodgate. Not that one. This one. There we go. And I would like to link it up with a cinnabar and a rhyolite mechanism. Do that now, please. Let's also link up another floodgate. That one. There we go. And we'll link that up also with good quality mechanisms. And then we need to add one more link to a floodgate. That one. Bang. I think that's all of our masterwork mechanisms used up. Damn. That was fast. Didn't take long at all. But at least it will prompt more more making of mechanisms. That's important. There we go. Hopefully that'll keep them digging. What are you coming down here for? Oh, the ores. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Dwarf Fortress where things that happen will be happening because of something you did hours ago, and it is a good thing. I mean, if you can get a neural network that can figure out what is important and keep thinking about that for the amount of time it takes for it to bear fruit, then yeah, Dwarf Fortress will be a simple problem to crack. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Flappy Bird. I mean, Flappy Bird is actually, I think, is a relatively straightforward game for a neural network to complete. You've only got one input, and the sort of like the things it's looking for visually, if it's taking screen input as a way to interact, it's actually fairly simple, right? You're looking for where is pipe, where isn't pipe, and where is the thing I'm controlling. And then once that's kind of nailed, the game really only needs to figure out the rhythm, doesn't it? Or the AI, rather. Could you show off your population, says Beeg Beeg. I certainly could. Let me just catch up quickly with chat. And if you could just bear with me a moment, I'm going to try and get all these hot stone bits dug out, because I keep getting cancellation spam. And once we're through this bit, it'll be fine and I can look away. But we'll do a fortress tour / population tour in two shakes of a lamb's tail, shall I say. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Thanks for joining us. The original Deus Ex kicks your ass. I don't know if I played the original Deus Ex. I think I played Deus Ex Mankind Divided, but I don't know if I played the very first one. I forget. I think I might have played the second one, Deus Ex 2. Good games back in the day, but often games that you remember fondly, you find have aged not quite as well as you would hope. It's a shame. but game mechanics develop, systems change. What isn't popular goes in and out of fashion. Vogue, in and out of vogue, or Vogueway if you want to pronounce it differently from the actual pronunciation. Let's have a look back in chat. I have 2 UK ticks in my speech, using bloody instead of swearing and maths instead of math. I definitely get weird looks because my accent is pretty obvious American based. Well, I mean, I'm certainly not going to discourage you from speaking properly. Continue as you are, sir. Not a problem. Not a problem. Where are we going here? Flatbirds, there's a lot of causality. The nowadays structures are able to win Flappy Birds. Yeah, I would have thought Flappy Birds was a game that they would have been able to do fairly early on. It's fairly straightforward. Mario as well, right? Mario's a fairly straightforward to grasp game. Then again, I am not an AI, so maybe I should shut my mouth and let actual AIs do AI work. Am I right? I'm right. Apologies to our future robot overlords. I do not mean to claim that you can't do certain things, but at the time of recording, you couldn't. All right? Don't Skynet me, please. Please, no Skynet. Oh, God, these hot stone designations. I mean, part of me wants to just quit, turn them off, and then come back in and turn them back on again, but that's more faff than this is. What a load of faffing around. Come on, you can do it, dwarves. Just get through, do as much digging as you can. Come on. Oh, God, there's Galena. Now people have to come down and collect all that as well. We've got to clear all this shit out anyway. Got to wall this off in the end, ultimately, because otherwise it's just going to be a big old sploosh over here. We don't want that. But we can't wall it off while we're digging. That would be madness. You can't dig in a walled off tunnel. Absolute idiocy. Come on, dig, for Christ's sake. Gotta keep looking over here. Make sure I see when it pauses. There we go. Unpause. Go. That's another row designated. Oh, so slow. So very, very slow. Diggy diggy. Diggy diggy. Diggly wiggly. You are a dwarf and you're digging a hole. Diggly wiggly hole. Diggly jiggly hole. Come on. Come on. Come on, Beep Beep wants a bloody tour of the population. He wants to know what's going on in the fortress. He needs to know who the personalities are, who the movers and shakers are, who the people who get things done are. And you know what, I'm not one of those people. Apparently I'm one of the people who just sits here nursing very finickety dwarves near warm stone. Oh, I'm afraid I can't dig it, sir, it's warm. And why is that a problem? Could have lava on the other side, couldn't it? Could flood this tunnel. Could cause a massive breach. Is that what you want, sir? Is that what you want, sir? Because you will bloody well get that if you're not careful. You will end up with a tunnel full of magma. I don't know why I suddenly had to go into character as a dwarf. It's not really the general flavour of this stream, but okay. Fair enough. This time I will allow it. Not that I have any recourse. I can't disallow it now. I've done it already. That would require a time machine. And much as the conspiracy theories may say otherwise, I do not own a time machine. I do not own a time machine. I probably wouldn't be playing Dwarf Fortress if I owned a time machine. I'd be having way too much fun fucking up the space-time continuum, right? You know you would. You know you would too. Nobody's going to get hold of a time machine. The first person to build a time machine, if it's possible, which it might not be, is not going to end up being a safety first kind of, oh, let's be careful person, are they? No. A guild representative has arrived and their wagons have bypassed my inaccessible site. Excuse me? I don't think so. The gates are open. Has some sort of tree caused an issue here? Are we being bottlenecked by our arboreal overwhelming growths? Is that what's going on here? I can't see him anywhere. It is pretty wooded round here, isn't it? Maybe we need to start some deforesting programs. I mean, that is a lot of wood. Why can they not get here? What is the problem? Is it this bridgeway being blocked by these trees? Question mark? The time police will hunt me? Well, not if you're the first person to make a time machine. I reckon the first person who makes a time machine is going to fuck things up so badly that the time police are never even going to realise. They're never even going to exist. They're going to be like, are we ready to set up our time police force? Oh no, the fabric of reality is unfolding around us. Fuck! That's what's going to happen. We've got some starving llamas. Interesting. Let's quickly, while we wait for them... Oh, they've already paused. Are they going to pause again for that lovely damp warm stone designation? We'll see. Let's just check the llama fields. This one? This one. Okay. Let's pop some... Wait a minute. Why am I making a new activity zone? That's not what I wanted at all. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Pen and pasture information. Good. Right. Hide the non-grazers. A ewe needs to go in there. A doe rabbit. No, not interested. You can starve to death for all I care. Ram. Sure. In you go. Llama. Billy goat. Goat kid. Ram. Horse. Okay. I'm guessing that horse is basically just awaiting slaughter, right? Did I say to keep a breeding population of horses in the fortress? I don't think so. Anyway, how do we know we're not in that time machine fuck-up timeline? I mean, we could be. Although I feel like history and now are too coherent for time travel paradoxes to be taking effect, right? I think things would be a lot more confusing. I think the world would be full of a lot more... If we were in a time travel situation. Then again, maybe I'm a fool. Right, let's... Come on. We've got this tour. We've got this little population tour to get done. We need to keep digging. Oh, they've just decided to stop digging. Brilliant. Come on, lads. You can do this. You can do the diggy job. You can do the dig... A job. Don't ask. Something went wrong in my head for a second and I thought, yeah, you can sing. Do it. And obviously I can't. Why are there so many mechanisms being hauled back and forth here? Oh, because the traders have made it. That's fine. One of the trees has been chopped. Are they bringing their wagons? They appear to only be bringing your basic beasts of burden, but no wagons. I don't like that. I would like them to bring more wagons in. You would never know if history has changed. I suppose not. Maybe not. Maybe, but no one's gone back in time and killed Hitler. We discussed this last time. I feel like that's very low-hanging time travel fruit that somebody's going to try, even though it might make things ultimately worse in the end. You know, you never really know quite what the butterfly effect is going to do, but I feel like, you know, if time travel's available, there's going to be this anachronistic like series of killers hunting down like babies in like 1910s Berlin. I don't know when he was born. Maybe there was. Maybe we should look. Was there a historical spate of missing babies around the time of Hitler's birth? Was there like some kind of German proto-serial killer stalking the streets? Maybe that's something that we've just misinterpreted and technically it's a time traveller. Who knows? Who knows? True. Maybe they did go backwards and forwards and fix it again. That's possible. Or maybe we think we live in exciting times, and maybe everything from like now back to the like original evolution of humanity is the most tedious bullshit that ever occurs. And like people are like, why would you go to the 20th and 21st centuries or any time before that? What a waste! You could have gone to the Oobgloob ascension or the Barracockle derivation. I don't know. I'm trying to make strange futuristic words up and somehow I ended up saying Barracockle, which doesn't mean anything. Unless it's a barrow, like a wheelbarrow, full of cockles, or a burial barrow. You know, like those kind of things you get wights in Lord of the Rings. Cockle wights. Imagine that. Imagine cockle wight. Tiny little bivalve, tiny little mollusk that lives forever because it's got some kind of horcrux / what are they called in D&D? Phylactery. That's the word. A phylactery. Though we don't know how the far-flung future will remember World War II, it could have gone so awfully that Hitler was actually their time travel creation. Well, you reckon Hitler's a sticking plaster over a time paradox? Oh my God. That must have been some serious chronological bungle for that to be the case. Man. Then again, you know, I mean, there's a lot of... that is a tumultuous time for history. There's a lot of bullshit going on in that period. Like, across the board. Not much, you know, not on such a grand, bad scale as in Germany, but, you know, nowhere was great. I certainly wouldn't want to live in that time period. I would certainly be keen to move on. I'd like to go and look at dinosaurs. That'd be fascinating, wouldn't it? Go and have a look at the old dinosaurs. Then again, any sort of change you make back in that period could have catastrophic consequences, right? The butterfly effect has more effect the further back you go, or am I just being silly? Am I being silly? Who knows? Who knows? I fear I may be straying into philosophical territory here, and that's not ideal. That's not ideal. I'm not what you would call a strong philosopher. I know a little bit of Zizek, I know a bit of old Slavoj, and I might have watched a few videos about philosophy, but did I really absorb them? Did I fully understand what was being spoken of in these videos? Not at all. Not at all. I am a sort of academic papague, it could be said. Liko Mizboykin, on behalf of the Merchants Guild, let me extend greetings to your people. There is much to discuss. Fantata. Actually, not Fantata. Could you stop interrupting? If you wouldn't mind buggering off, that would be great. Although, please bring us as much wolf leather as you can find, and then go away with it again, because we don't really want wolf leather. There we go. Good. You going to stop interrupting? Fantastic. Right, we'll get this tunnel done. Then we can go over who's in the fortress, although bear with me on that one, because there are like 108, 9, 10, 11 dwarves in the fortress. Could take a while. I don't think we're going to go deep dive on everybody, to be honest. Probably just going to skim over and pick out the important people. Liko Mizboykin, again on behalf of the Merchants Guild, let me bid farewell to you and your stout dwarves. Alright, calm down. I hope you mean stout as in resilient and powerfully built, not pot-bellied. That would be rude, wouldn't it? Calling our dwarves fat. How very dare you. Have these all been linked up yet? No, not on your Nelly. We're nearly done though. Look, we've nearly done the corridor. That's the important bit. Once the corridor's in and the floodgates are all linked up, hooray, hurrah, man in a bra. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have clicked there. That stopped them from doing anything. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Get back in there. Finish that digging, if you don't mind. They've not dug the channeling tunnel yet, but that's fine. That's fine. That's only a priority 6. They'll get round to it. They'll do it eventually. Maybe it has less effect because it will have more time to fix things. Well, that's assuming that history tends towards a sort of desirable, like regresses to a local minima, right? Is that what we're assuming? Because maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe there's a shape that history wants to take and always pings back towards it. But I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Knowing a little bit that I do about what they call cellular automata and how complex things can be created from very simple rules and very different things can be created from almost identical starting conditions. I mean, really, we're discussing the difference between universal determinism and chaos, right? Or is the world a deterministic machine that just goes in a certain direction, or is it, like I suspect, a mind-boggling, boiling froth of madness. Very Azathoth. Very Yog-Sothoth. I'm not a time travel expert, says Two Cats Yelling, but I've watched one on TV. Oh, nice. Presumably that will be old... what's his/her name? Just the Doctor, presumably. That's the most famous TV time traveller, right? Arguably, maybe Sam Beckett has as much fame in the realm of TV time travel. Potentially, right? Maybe, I don't know. Doctor Who's probably more famous than Quantum Leap. Probably. Certainly had a longer running time, that's for sure. That's where the butterfly effect originated from, the concept of killing a prehistoric butterfly. It's the old nature is inclined towards perfection thing, but I doubt humanity follows that given our history. Perfection is a very human idea, isn't it? Without a human to observe something, does it matter if it's perfect or not? It's a very mathsy notion, perfection, like a perfect square, perfect cube, perfect sphere. Does that exist in reality? Maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not sure some of those ideas actually transfer fully into the real realm. What on earth am I babbling about? This is classic mad tangentry here. I should be trying to get us back on track. I should be trying to convince people that Dwarf Fortress is more important than this kind of wild speculation. Philosophy hour down in the Scoundrel Fortress. Oh my god. Let's not start that being a regular thing. Philosophy hour. We might attract people who actually know what they're talking about, and I'll end up with my brain hurting. I'll be going, oh no, please, stop. I can't learn anymore. My brain's going to collapse. Fiona Apple once wrote, I'm an extraordinary machine. Oh, okay. She might know something about it. I'll have to look into it. Fiona Apple, unfamiliar. I'm guessing one of the Doctor's companions? Could be wrong, though. Could be wrong. If the world is a deterministic machine, I might as well stay in bed tomorrow. But that's the thing, Druidsmead. There's not really an easy way of figuring out if it is or isn't. And if it is, it doesn't matter, because whatever you're going to do tomorrow is already determined, and you're going to do it anyway. So yeah. What magma shenanigans are afoot, says Bahamtome28. Well, at the moment I'm digging this tunnel, which is going to be an extension of this flooding tunnel, to allow us to drop the water here and here, because obviously just dropping it here doesn't quite douse enough magma. But we'll get there. We'll get there. My favourite Doctor Who accomplice was Ziggy. Oh yeah. Bow, bow, bow. Sam, I think you're going to have to fuck your own mom. That never happened. That never happened in Quantum Leap. As far as I'm aware, I don't think they would have phrased it that way. Sam, you're going to have to be your own dad. That sounds more likely. But, no. Sorry, I got confused. Perfect Circle, that's a good band. Oh, I never really heard much Perfect Circle, to be fair. They appeared on the scene just as I was drifting away from music. But I am aware of their existence. Right, what are we waiting for now? We're waiting for them to hook up this lever, aren't we? They've done one of the gates, that's good. Just two more would be nice. If we just go up to the surface and have a little look around. We could trade with these lads here. Have we had everything brought up? That doesn't look like there's anything in the big trades area. It looks like all the clothing's been brought up. Have all the mechanisms been brought up? They have, that's fantastic. Okay, let's do some trading, regardless of what they've got. As first paint. Okay, that's very exciting. Trader requested at depot. Okay. Oh no, he's linking the triggers. Oh, it would have to be him, wouldn't it? It would have to be him. I think freestyling is a very generous way to describe the stream of consciousness ranting that I've been doing for the last 2 hours. Oh my god. Oh my god. I might need to book myself in with the mental health smasher. Get myself corrected. Smooshed. Futurama time travel episode where Fry meets his grandma was well written. Actually, there's quite a bit of Futurama time travel bits and bobs that are good stories. See, the thing about time travel stories is you need to make sure they're good stories before they are good time travel, because as soon as you start trying to make the time travel work, then you're in a weird place, right? You're in trouble. You're on shaky ground. Come on, trader, get in there. And then get out of there as quick as you can so we can get some of those things moved in. Right, okay, we'll buy all their bars just to make sure they've got a bit of space. Cabochons and chrysoprases? What? Okay, we'll buy some of that as well. Do we want their clay? Yeah, sure. Do we want their ropes? Oh, fuck it, why not? Endox monster leather water skin. Oh, is it a Death Stranding water skin that turns everything into Monster Energy drink? Very nice. Do we want to look at the Nupto, the Kashmers, the Zocca, the Gesso? Is that interesting to people? Nupto, Kashmers, Zocca, Gesso? Let me know if you're interested in hearing these musical instruments. I'm going to buy a black bear. I'm going to buy a grizzly bear. I'm going to buy... Wow, look at all these grizzly bears. Did I tell them to bring grizzly bears? I think I did, didn't I? But at least it's putting some value in the trade, so we actually have to spend some money. Black bears, a drake. I always think, oh, a drake, that's a type of dragon. And then go, no, it's a duck. Calm down. Wine barrels, barley wine. Oh, God, that's potent stuff. Mog juice, dagger... Amber's wolf extract. Nah, we don't need that. Training axes, training spears, leather armour, rope breed socks. Oh, they've brought leather and cloth. That's good. We want both of those things. So we'll buy all their bins of cloth and leather. And you know what? Maybe we'll do that by doing a search and just selecting all the bins. Where are we going? Q for search. Bin. There we go. Leather bin. Leather bin. Cloth, leather, cloth, leather, cloth, leather, cloth, leather, 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 cloth, 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 leather, cloth, 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 cloth. There we go. That's all sorted. Fantastic. Let's clear the search. Go down a couple of pages to get past all the bins. Good. Past the bins. An obsidian amulet? No. Do I want iron anvils still? Yeah, fuck it. We'll get those bad boys melted down. Turned into some sweet, sweet iron. There we go. And then, yeah, let's buy all their food. Sod it. Let's buy it in massive bulk. Goat's cheese. Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm buying backpacks here. What's thread and yarn? Lettuce leaves, yes. Llama wool yarn, no. And again, can't really do any harm, can it? Maybe we will buy it. We're not buying any iron greaves, that's too much. Giant octopus leather backpack. Ooh, I wonder if it still changes colour. That would be cool. I wonder if one day we'll have organic televisions made out of, like, you know, non-sentient octopus skin screens. Seems unlikely. It could happen. Probably won't happen. Probably won't happen. Who knows? Who knows? It's about as likely to happen as a religion being founded off the discovery of my streams as holy texts tens of thousands of years in the future. As in, it's not going to happen. A malachite bowl, a factual dingo man. Oh, I'm getting notifications off Steam, didn't realise. Oh, it's a book. Factual Dingo Man. Let's take a little look at what this is all about. This is a well-crafted, giant grey squirrel parchment scroll. The rollers are made from saltpeter. This object is adorned with hanging rings of well-crafted selenite. Written on the item is an essay entitled Factual Dingo Man. It concerns. The writing is forceful, yet it is somewhat self-indulgent. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Okay, we're going to put Factual Dingo Man in the library, even though it doesn't appear to be a particularly saucy book. And you know how I like those rude tomes. Let's buy some tortoise eggs, just for a bit of variety, even though eggs are the one thing in the fortress that we have an almost infinite variety of. Let's look at this nice bound codex. What does it say? This... Oh, hang on, someone said something first. Refresh rate on the Octopad is not so great. True. True. There are a lot of decent time travel movies out there, to be fair. If you have a little dig, there's a lot of fun ones. What was that? There's like one film which is like a the title of the film, I can't remember it, but the title of the film is like a newspaper personal ad trying to recruit people for a time travel thing. That was quite a good film. I wish I could give you more details. Someone will probably know in chat. There's one where people get into a box and then there's a very complicated time travel plot written around that. I can't remember the name of that one either. Fucking hell. There's loads of great time travel films out there, he says, that failing to remember a single name. This is a nice-bound codex. It is encrusted with briolette-cut white chalcedonies. This object is adorned with hanging rings of rattlesnake bone. On the item is an... Oh? Uh-oh. Oh no! Things have gone horribly weird. What's happened here? I've pressed a button and the game has... Fart knockers. Better? Better. Okay. Right, where were we? There was a codex, wasn't there? It's not Factual Dingo Man. It's the Nice Bound Codex. There we go. It is encrusted with briolette-cut white chalcedonies. This object is adorned with hanging rings of rattlesnake bone. On the item is an image of a crutch in serpentine. The written portion consists of a 17-page essay entitled New Composition, authored by Dastot Paperchanced. It concerns the authoring of Slowly the Fool Can Say, by the dwarf necromancer Dastot Paperchanced, in Tongscrape in the early winter of 324. The writing is excessively ornate, and it is stunningly self-indulgent. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Oh, okay, well, let's go. It'll go on the shelf. I don't mind it. And then I think that's it. That's all the books they brought. Very slim pickings today. Then again, that's probably because they couldn't bring all their wagons in for some reason. We're going to clear some paths, maybe. Put in some roads. Right, what are we buying? 21 grand's worth of tat. Well, if we're buying some tat, let's sell some tat. First of all, we're going to go through and find all of the tatty old clothing that's been put into the pile. Unfortunately, it looks like not a lot. I'm guessing that's what's happened here is a lot of the clothing has been dumped and is sitting in the autoclave stockpile right now, unable to get up here, which is annoying. I would like to get rid of it, but never mind. What else we got here? Mechanisms. Okay, we want to get rid of all of these mechanisms. We don't want any of this crap hanging around. All the non-masterwork mechanisms in the fortress are to be sold forthwith. Okay, so we're still waiting for 15 grand's worth of value. It shouldn't be too difficult to get that up. We've got some copper balls here. That sheepwool hood's already for sale. These are all okay quality. They're not dying. We could sell an 84 grand artifact, but that seems unnecessary, doesn't it? Seems very unnecessary. Let's just put some green glass discs and spiked copper balls into the mix. Excuse me, farting there. Very rude. We'll give them 4 grand profit and see how they feel about that. Pleased. There we go. Excellent stuff. So we've acquired all the shit we wanted, and we've got rid of all the stuff we wanted to... Well, I say all the stuff that was in the depot we got rid of. The rest of it, that's still hanging around somewhere, causing all sorts of problems. I wonder if in the future our televisions will be made of organic non-sentient octopus skin screens is nearly milk dragon territory. Well, the phrase non-sentient octopus skin screens is close. It's very close. That's the close part, that one. That's another thing to add to the list of vivid, beautiful imagery that I've created with my mouth. It's good, isn't it? It's very nice. I wonder if you could make an octopus screen that would show images of milk dragons. That'd be the best. Right, so that's dealt with. Now we can do our little tour. Is the new person here? What was your name again? Let me just scroll up again. I should remember it. It was a good name. Big Beak. Big Beak. You still here? Do you want that tour? Let's do it. Let's pause. Actually, let's let them carry on. Let's let them carry on in the background and get all the hauling done. While we take a little trip. Actually, let's do a full physical tour first. The fortress is in Telier's Fabulous Embark, and if we zoom out, you can get an idea of what the whole site looks like. Here we go, zooming up. You can see that we've got a couple of rivers here that converge in a waterfall. Very exciting. We haven't really dealt with the waterfall at the moment. We just left it there. I do want to integrate it into the fortress somehow in the future, but we haven't managed to. This is the bigger of the two rivers. It's in this enormously deep gully. It's like 7 Z levels deep at least, most of the way across. Once we zoom back in, you'll be able to see trade depot. This is a stockpile that takes most of the tat that we want to trade. Unfortunately, we can't figure out clothing, but we'll get to it. This is our mental health clinic, where everybody who makes even the slightest of complaints about feeling sad is squished. This is a corridor full of vomit. This green stuff on the floor, vomit. You might think it's moss. You might think it's some kind of grass. It's not. It's vomit. They've just slaughtered a black bear. What was that all about? I bought them, and we've got auto butcher on, haven't we? So they're going to try and maintain population levels. Oh well, black bear probably tastes fine. This is our food production zone, where indeed those black bears will be being slaughtered in these little butcher shops. Very exciting. We've got a couple of pastures here where we've got sheep and llamas and all that kind of stuff. This is where the wool is kept and it's spun in these workshops, although it looks like nobody's really doing that. We've got a lot of yak hair thread and nothing's been put in the correct stockpiles. Concerning, to say the least. This is an egg laying zone, all sorts of eggs in here. Eagle eggs, kestrel eggs, peacock eggs, turkey eggs. Oh, giant eagle eggs. We've got a lot of giant eagles flying around in here. That's nice. Ostriches, you name it, we've probably got the eggs. Oh, excuse me. This is a barrel stockpile, which apparently only has wheelbarrows in now. Seed stockpile. Basically everything here is to do with farming and animals, apart from this little zone here, which is to do with food, clothing production. This stockpile takes from the clothing production line, and this just takes any other clothing. So everything in here is brand new, and all the other crap's supposed to end up here, ready to be hauled up to the trade depot when the traders arrive. Doesn't always work out that way, because unfortunately there's a dfhack command running which constantly tries to put all the clothes into a dump, which is suboptimal to say the least. This is a channel leading water to our well, and this is... well, I can't really give a generic overview. We've got a vampire barracks here, we've got a regular barracks and another regular barracks here. This is a hospital, much quieter than it has been. Graveyard, dormitory, which we really need to sort out and turn into another barracks, ideally. This is a soap production pipeline. Other than that, this room is fairly underutilised, I would say. This is where we store our non-masterwork mechanisms. They all get sold. And this is a room full of disparate, pointless stockpiles that I do need to rationalise. Ooh! Ooh! This stockpile here only takes masterwork and artifact silver warhammers, which means we now have 10 such hammers. So this squadron are going to be beautifully appointed when they actually go to war. They're going to have those silver hammers ready to swing. It's going to be good. I've disabled that auto dump thing. It saves a lot of hassle. Okay, Druidspeed, I might take your lead on that one. Before I start next time, maybe I'll disable it and we'll see what goes on. See if I can manage my own. These armour stockpiles all have masterwork copper suits of armour in, but I don't really want them wearing copper now that we've found adamantine. But we'll see what happens. They're supposed to be training wearing leather caps in order to up their armour skill, but we'll see what happens. Down here, of course, is where we've dug some channels with magma, and on top of them we placed 6 of every type of magma furnace / forge. So we have quite the throughput of things. This is where we store all of our ores. They get smelted here. This is where we store all of our metal bars. They get turned into stuff here. This is where we store all of our clay, which gets turned into stuff here, which we've never used. I've never made anything out of clay yet. We'll get around to it eventually. And this here is where we store sand in order to turn into spinning green glass discs and goblets in this little region here. Very exciting, I'm sure you'll agree. These are stockpiles for holding all of our metal arms and armour that doesn't quite meet masterwork standards and will therefore be melted down. That is a giant cave spider silk shoe. Don't know what that's doing there. Adamantine stockpile, block stockpile. For some reason I made a separate stockpile for silver. Whatever. Okay, let's carry on. I can name one of the military walls Maxwell. I'm sure I can. And he can bang bang his silver hammer. Oh, this has all been smoothed. Hold on. DE. We're going to make some engraving orders now. And we'll make them at priority 7 just to have a background engraving thing going on. We're going to start them here. We're going to go across here. You know what? I'm not going to start them there. I am going to start the engravings here, like a proper mad lad. Let me go across here, all the way down here. That's good. And then we put a little bit more down here just to catch these dangly bits on the bottom. Dangly bottom. And then we'll let that be the background work for our... Oh, look at all that gold. Oh. Anyway, where was I? Down on the floor, we've got our stoneworking area. It looks like we've got more orthoclase to dump, so if you'll bear with me, I'll just put some dump designations on for this orthoclase to get it out of the way, and hopefully prompt them to bring more up from down below, because orthoclase is all over this bloody fortress at the moment, having done some fresh digging. In here we've got Cross Dwarf Workshops, Mason's Workshop and Mechanics Workshops. This is where all the outputs from the Masons and Mechanics end up. These are for masterwork mechanisms only, and everything else is basically just stone shit, apart from the leather backpacks and copper flasks. This is where we store all of our shells, horns and hoofs, and bones. All very exciting. Gem Stockpile Workshop. I think this is some kind of guild hall. Both of these are some sort of guild hall. I'm lost. I'm losing track of the guilds right now. Massive dining room. Not quite as big library. This is a guild hall for someone, and I better designate this actually. Let's do it. Fuck, it crashed. And we didn't save. Oh my God, all tonight's progress has vanished into the ether. 2 hours and 16 minutes of faffing nonsense has just disappeared in a moment's stupidity. Well, Bahum Tome, you'll be able to sing Bang Bang Maxwell's Silver Hammer to your heart's content once it's happened, but unfortunately that's not to be just yet. Not just yet. They used Maxwell's Silver Hammer in an advert for Geico. They do mobile phones, don't they? Heavens above. Oh no, we've got to do all the digging. Oh, God, Druidspeed. The problem with seasonal saves is there's so much waiting around. Okay, I'm going to take this opportunity to have a little fiddle with the Lazy Noob pack. And if you bear with me, we'll just come back here for a second. There we go. If you bear with me, I'm going to change what boots up. So I'm just going to close down Dwarf Therapist in the background. I'm going to go over to DF Hack, and I'm going to say Performance Tweaks. That's the one that changes the little fast heat dump, worn items, remove all contaminants. Okay, that's off now. We want multi-level view. Do we want other automation? Auto nest boxes, burials. We do want that. Enhanced gameplay. Human merchants, more trade deals. Okay, we're keeping all this. I'm going to go into here and I'm going to say, do I want warm stone notifications? No. Okay, this is very dangerous. We'll keep damp stone notifications just in case. And then I think we start up Dwarf Fortress again. Here it comes. We maximise it so it fills the screen. There we go. Zoom in a little bit. If I go back over to Dwarf Fortress, hopefully we... Hey! There we go. Oh, calm down. Continue playing. Take 2. Here we go. Here we go. Very annoying that we're going back to square one. Then again, maybe I just won't bother trading with the elves that are sitting in the depot this time. Maybe I'll just ignore them a bit. That might be sensible. Yes, we want that guild hall. Oh my God, this is so annoying. Zoom in a bit, scoundrel. Come on. Come on. What caused the crash, or what did you do directly before? Something with I? No, it was arrow keys. I was spamming the arrow keys like that, and it crashed. Probably shouldn't do that again. Should probably be a bit more careful. But fuck it. Let's get moving. So, there wasn't anything to do here. There's nothing to do here. Keep going down. Is there anything to do on this floor? Yes, we need to assign our vampire to the correct squad. Bear with me while I do that in the background. Actually, this is a perfect opportunity to give us that population tour, isn't it? Let's go with Dwarf Therapist. Oh, Dwarf Therapist, come on. Bear with me, my microphone's about to die while I fix this. I have to go into the Dwarf Therapist scene. Good. Good. All fixed. Fantastic. So, into Dwarf Therapist we go. Let's take a little look at what's happening in here. So, nickname-wise, we have several dwarves named after, I was going to say members of staff, but what I mean is people watching the stream. Viewers, that's the name. Let's have a look. We've got Arctrect, Arse Candles, Asbestos, Beardstir, Blueberry, Chunky Nut 666, Corgi Dirt, Iny Yarn, Fuzzy, Harry Beaver, Ice Frost King, Jack Ryan, Jazz Hands, Kiyohime, excuse me, Mare the Mare, Mikey, Mama Sal, Ocelot, Firehawk, Plutonium Jesus, Ravelin, Sanctum of Sanctum Spiritstone fame, Telier, the creator of this map themselves, or discoverer rather, Vabok, Mind Punch, Veru, and Zast. And you know what? I should probably open up the thing to check to see what's in my request queue, shouldn't I? So if I go to the activity feed here, click Manage Requests, maximize this window, I can see that, oh my goodness, well that's a CK3 request, so that's no use. Somebody wanted someone called Nutty03, and that was 17 days ago. Oh my god, it's been a hot minute since I've done any of this. This is insane. How has it been so long? Okay, so Nutty03, this one here. Set nickname, paste, in you go, commit, done. Markers complete. Sal did a load of Dwarf Therapists, that's fine. Curly Fries wanted someone in the military, we'll come back to that. Late Doomer, Urist McDonald's. Okay, let me just put Urist McDonald's in. Easy peasy. Did we find an Urist and just change it? Just change the surname? There are no Urists, so Ushat will have to do. Commit, there we go, and we can mark that one as complete. There's another Sal doing Dwarf Fortress, Dwarf Therapist. Clay the Unmad. Oh, interesting. Which I presume was unmade. But we'll get around to that, don't worry. Clay Cree. Was there any special request as to the type of dwarf? I don't think so, but this was 10 days ago. So we'll get in there and make this old Besmar here Clay the Unmad. There we go. Markers complete. There's Sal doing another Dwarf Fortress. Pablo Rasta wanted a dwarf 3 days ago. Easy peasy. Let's set nickname, paste. Done. Commit. Good. ZachBob04. Oh, sorry, ZachBob4. That's fine. We can put ZachBob4 in. Set nickname, paste. Goodness, I didn't realise we had so many things in the queue. I've been so lazy. Markers complete. Pablo Rasta wanted Chief Gelder. Oh, heavens above. Do we have a Gelder in the fortress? We actually have 6 Gelders in the fortress, which means I need to go and find Pablo Rasta, unname them, this one, set nickname, cut, okay, commit. There we go, and replace that name on our most proficient Gelder, our best nut snipper. There you go, Pablo Rasta, you are now in charge of genital removals in this fortress. Amazing. Marks complete. If not Chief Gelder, how about Medtap Tarondem Herbalist? Oh no, okay, well, no, you can't have that guy. You can't have 2 Pablo Rasta. You'll get the one you wanted, don't worry. Or you've got them. And can I name one of the military dwarves Maxwell? Yes, I can. If you bear with me one moment, we'll just sort them by squad. Here we go. The Orbs of Fame, you can have one of those, and it can be Rigoth. Set nickname, Maxwell. Bong. Maxwell with his silver hammer. And of course, Curly Fries wants somebody in the military, which I am going to do right now. They're going into the Ochre Locks, I think. Tum. Actually, no, you can be the leader. There we go. Set nickname. Bang. I'm presuming the one on the top's the leader, right? That's how it works, isn't it? That's how it works. That's how you tell who the leader is in a group. You wait for them all to have sex, and then the one on top, that's the leader? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Maybe I'm not understanding social dynamics quite as well as I could. Okay, that's the Dwarf Fortress, or Dwarf Therapist bit done. Let's head over to Dwarf Fortress now. Okay, we've got a lot of catching up to do with that 2 hours worth of crap that I just lost. I'm an idiot. Oh my god, it's 20 to 3 in the morning as well. We're never going to catch up with old me in the alternate timeline. God damn it. Well, at least we've got our time travel questions answered. In Dwarf Fortress, yes, time travel is definitely a thing. Right, so we definitely need to do the stone smoothing orders here, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Once I've done all these designations, though, I feel like I might be sensible to save, right? There we go. There's a level 7 smoothing designation. Very good. And you know what? Down here, I am going to say engrave. And this one's also going to be... This one's going to be level 6, I think. Yeah, slightly more urgent than the smoothing over there. Good? Good. I'm also going to smooth this corridor because I feel like it. Just feel like it, okay? Don't question me. Okay, so that's that set up. Then we come down here. All the microcline in the world needs shifting, so we'll do this. Microcline, please. Ah, fuck off. There we go. All sorted. Don't panic. Oh shit! I didn't actually go through who's who in the fortress. Well, to be honest, the social roles are not excellently organised. But we'll look at the noble screen. Let's look at the noble screen. Here we go. So we've got a mayor, the mayor, who is pretty good at what they do, I guess. I don't have any complaints. Let's see if they've got anything going on. What are they thinking about? Let's press enter. Oh, we've got a follow. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. What a lovely gesture. What a genuinely heartwarming moment. Better than a pants-warming moment, for sure. Make male shirts. Oh, we've already fulfilled that mandate. Don't worry about it. Nobody panic. Everybody stay calm. Captain of the Guard, very exciting. Thick up Fathimesh. Ooh, how cool is that? I've just realised we need to put that vampire in the military, don't we? So if you bear with me, I'll do that in the background. Where are you? Dorkar Fickaden? Yeah, you're the vampire. Assigned to squad. The Mountainous Stasis. In you go. Right, sorry, I'm just catching up again. So, Militia Commander, Curly Fries, very exciting. Manager, Doran. We've not had many complaints from Manager Doran. Let's have a little look at them. See what they're up to. Opulent Throne Room. Grand Bedroom. Great Dining Room. Needs a meagre office. Do they not have an office? They should have an office. The manager should have an incredible office, to be honest. If the bedroom is grand, and the throne room is opulent, and the dining room is great, presumably the office I gave them would be fantabulous. We'll check it out in a minute. Chief Medical Dwarf, Corgi Derp, doing well. The hospital's empty, so that's the main thing. I'm getting a snowball. Can I ask, do you use a pop filter? I used to, and then I just couldn't be bothered to keep setting it up. I think what I've got here is probably the best sound you can get out of a blue snowball. So if you're happy with what you're hearing here, I wouldn't worry too much. A lot of the stuff that I can't change is to do with the fact that I'm in a room with hard walls with very sort of like slight echo, which is a bit of a problem, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Pop filters are nice to have, but it's not necessary. They are quite cheap. I should probably buy another one, but setting it up is a major faff. I mean, if you've got an actual permanent place to set your computer up, it's much easier, but I move my computer every time I stream. It normally lives in my bedroom, and then when I want to stream, because I'm doing it in the middle of the night, I have to bring it downstairs, set it up on the dining room table and that. It's a lot of faffing. No, I think a pop filters, is more, because I've got my microphone pointing slightly down towards my chest, and so I'm actually talking over the top of it. But if I were to get in closer to the sort of, where the pros are, when the pros do their microphone stuff, and I said, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, I bet you'd get some popping. But maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? Let's have a look. Turning off multi-level view might stop some visual rendering crashes. You're mostly inside viewing anyhow. I'm not turning off multi-level view. I love that. That's my favourite Dwarf Fortress mod. Past 2 fortresses, my original dwarves have survived way too long, says Raveling. Well, I don't know if that's the thing. Too long? Surviving long time's good. Me survive you long time. Hello, Buttermut Squash. You don't need a pop filter as long as you don't speak directly into it. Yeah, that's usually the best way to go. I mean, like, the better the microphone, probably the more necessary it is, right? The more sensitive ones, like those ones Joe Rogan uses. Keep it about a fist from your face. I bet they need pop shields. Probably got them built into the muffler. Anyway, broker. The broker is Vukar. We've had problems with previous brokers. We've had many problems, and Vukar was not my first choice. Let's just put it that way. Bookkeeper, Sanctum, doing all right. Got no reason to complain. Let's take a look. Why have these guys not got great offices? I could have sworn I set them up with good offices. Let's have a little look. Let's go down a floor. No? Where are they? Oh, here's the offices. Okay, one of these is presumably... they're fully engraved, though. Maybe they just need better furniture? Right. Captain of the Guard's office. The Mayor's office. The Manager's office. That's what he was complaining about, right? Let's put some extra furniture in there. Build F for cabinets. Right, everyone's getting cabinets in their offices now, even if they don't need them. How does that sound, yeah? Good? We'll do it in planning mode in order to get them done quicker. There we go. And a nice cabinet in every room. Hang on a second, these don't even have tables and chairs in yet. I'll put one in the dining halls as well, just to spice them up a bit, and maybe we'll also put some chests in there. Not fully required, but worth a go. What's a container? Is it? No, J's a cage. H? Yeah, baby. Planning mode on. Okay. Here we go. Let's get these lads installed. And then once we've got a chest and a cabinet in each room, that should pop the value up just enough, right? Just enough. Oh, wait. There we go. That's where we want them. Don't faff around, scoundrel. Get it done properly. Do it with a little bit of seriousness. Just a smidgen. Just enough. Just enough. Okay, so that's tables we want now. Which, of course, can go here, and here, and here, and here. And then chairs. Planning mode again. Put them here, here, and here, and here. There we go. There's a few furniture designations. Very nice. We've done the smoothing on the bedrooms to the left there. That's fine. Come down a bit further. I've already set these bits of stone to be dumped, right? Yep. Good. DBC. Let's reclaim all the tatty old clothing that's in this quantum stockpile here, and hopefully have it hauled up to the trade depot. That would be nice. And then, oh yeah, I needed to dig out the rooms for the temple, which hasn't been requested yet, which I presume will eventually come round, and the thingy that was requested, like there. There we go. That's for the guild hall. Fantabulous. Now we have turned off the hot stone designation cancellation. So, excuse my sniffles. Let's get down here. Now this time, we don't actually need. I'm gonna make this priority 2. We don't actually need to do all 3 bits there, do we? Like, this bit here doesn't have to be completely open. Just do it there so we can build a wall. It'll be fine. Let me dig across here. Lovely. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Up here. I'm on the wrong floor, aren't I? Scruttix. Idiot. There we go, down the floor. This is where we want to be digging. On the lovely warm stone zone. Good. Right, okay, so 1, 2, 3, lovely. All the way over here. 1, 2, 3, very nice. Over here, bonk-a-donk. There we go, and then 1, 2, 3. Cool! That should all get dug out nice and quickly. And with that in mind, let's put in also the little gaps where the water will come through. That's the dream. May as well get that free bit of copper ore there. Do I want to put one on this side? I don't think I need to. This is clearly enough. Probably just putting one on this side would be good enough, right? Probably. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, what we need to do is also dig out a little bit on this floor, like that, so that we can channel to let the water into that secondary corridor. And then we also need to dig out, as I said before, this area here in order to bang in the extra levers. Hooray! Okay, with that in mind, is that everything? Is that everything we needed to do? Is that everything? I read some saying you need to be on top of the snowball for it to pick up. You're getting good sound several feet away. Seems legit. Yeah, I mean, like, you're about an arm's length. Hang on. Let me just. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fists away. You're about 5 fists away. I mean, obviously you can use it closer up, but I need to be a little bit more careful about what I say, or I'll spike the microphone. And earlier I had it over where the camera is, and I was playing with my mates playing Deep Rock Galactic. I mean, it picks up passable audio quality. I mean, the real gains with a cheaper mic are made when you use VSTs. OBS will host VSTs itself, which are sort of sound processing tools, but I use an external program called Cantable Light, and that solves everything for me. Cantable Light with the Reaper plugins. If you Google that, you probably won't be far off a bit of success. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, sorry, my mouse went over that little bit in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen that makes everything minimise. I was like, oh my god, I've crashed again! But it's okay, it's fine. It's fine. Everybody calm down. You're such a jittery bunch of nervous Nellies, aren't you? Terrible. 5 London fists, that's right. Well, I mean, technically, I'd sort of live near London. Not actually in London. Okay. Okay. This is all happening. It's good. Back up to the surface. We're not bothering to trade with the elves this time. It's not particularly vital to our needs. Oh shit, I wanted them to take away the mechanisms, didn't I? Alright, I'm going to set up a quick trade. Oh, for fuck's sake, the trader's not there. Okay, we're just going to wait for the broker to get up there, and then once he's there, it'll be fine. Everything will be tickety-boo. Calm down. We've got quite a few idlers, especially considering the number of dumping designations that I've given. Oh, I forgot. Yes, squad. No, that's not right. Squad, there we go. The mountainous stasis. We want to cancel the current move order and then pop another move order in here so that we can lock that bad boy away before he box drinks any of our population. That's what we want. Hello, Sad Gravy. Welcome to the stream. Is this for an obsidian generator or something more nefarious? Well, I mean, it depends on your definition of nefariosity, so to speak. If we come down here, what I'm actually trying to do with this is get water to turn turn the magma into obsidian, so we can actually dig in and get all this adamantine out. We want to get the candy, so we need to turn the entire area around it into obsidian and then keep repeating that on channel after channel, or level after level, and then fingers crossed it will work as a technique. And we also have another spire here to get, so I'm hoping we're going to end up with a fuck ton of sweet, sweet candy. It's going to be good. So somebody is clearly tracking our conversations from earlier because I have a recommendation, Vampire the Masquerade on Steam. More than likely, right? More than likely we've got some AI listening to us from the Amazonian overlords ready to fart out recommendations. If any of you do happen to choose to buy anything from our Amazonian overlords, I mean, do consider using my affiliate link. It would be very much appreciated. I should make an effort to actually pimp that out this Christmas, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. If my usual lackluster engagement with things I should do pans out, you probably won't hear me mention it again until sometime around March. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll manage to be a proper streamer. One day I'll be a real streamer, not a wooden streamer like I am now. Streamokio. That's what my name is. Or Twitchokio? That doesn't work. It's Twitchpetto, who has made Streamokio, and one day I'll become a real streamer. That went weird, didn't it? It went weird very quickly as well. As things are wont to do here. It happens very often. I saw the fun hole and thought you'd be going for that. Yeah, well I am very keen to get the adamantine out of the ground because this fortress is relatively stable and I think there's a fairly substantial quantity of it. So we may be able to go for the full squad of adamantine armour and weapons, but we'll see. I mean, obviously it's my sword squad that I'll want to go that way, but... oh, is our broker there? Shit. He's currently picking up equipment. What possible equipment could you need to be getting? And why are all these dwarves fanning around on the surface still? Did we solve that last time? There was only one person who was doing any collecting of stuff, wasn't there? So it's not like it's likely to be that was causing them to go up there. Plant gathering. There we go. Commit. I've turned all the plant gathering off in Dwarf Therapist. Very difficult. Very annoying. I was about to buy a snowball from the jungle ladies. I will seek this link you speak of. I will sort you out with one at the earliest convenience after the stream. I'll do my best. No, I mean obviously not required, but you know what? If there's financial splashback coming from trades with Amazon, I want my face being right in the path of that splashback. I want... why am I using splashback as a metaphor for this? This is disgusting. I don't want Jeff Bezos' arse speckles all over my chin. That's not what I want. I want some money. Let's stop doing this. We'll do. I'll pop it in the old Discord. I'm sure it'll be useful. Anyway, where was I before I got all crass and commercial? I was just sort of pootling around the fortress waiting for exciting things to happen, wasn't I? Which of course they will happen, because it's Dwarf Fortress and exciting things are... Oh Christ, we've still got that guy with the mood, haven't we? Good job I remembered. Let's get rid of the albatross leather and send some orders up on the surface to chop down trees. You know what? I am going to denude this area here entirely. There we go. Show me denudes. I'm also going to cut this area up. And I think I'm going to build like a path around this area so we can actually get wagons in. And if we go up on the surface up here, maybe I just dig a channel through the trees. They've got to be able to path through, right? Let's press Shift D and see what's going on here. Oh, escape. No. No wagon access. Depot inaccessible. So what the fuck is going on there? Is it trees? It's gotta be trees, right? There can't be anything else that's blocking it. I'm presuming each of these 3x3 areas is a tree. It's got to be the case. 50p is optimistic. I once had a friend buy... oh shit, I probably shouldn't tell you about... Okay, I might get my affiliate link revoked for telling you this shit, but somebody once bought a graphics card through my link when they were building their PC, and I got a fiver off of like 500 quid, and that was a really good rate. The chance, like, it's probably like 2 to 4p per thing, but when you get a lot of stuff going through it, you can make a bit of money off of it, but it's not exactly rich making. It's good though. Every little counts, doesn't it? Every little helps. So where are we going? Ah, boulders. That could be an issue, but looking at these trees here, I think those are... Yeah, it's the trees. Look, they line up. Yeah. So we're going to need some sort of diggy-wigginess, aren't we? Cut through the trees. So if I say Shift D on this... See, this area here, nobody can get through. Nobody can get through. So presumably, we want to cut all this crap down as well. Yeah? Nothing got chopped there. Why? There we go. So we want to chop those down, please. And all this bullshit as well. Once they're all down, we'll see what happens. Maybe we can just strip chop this entire surface area. That might be nice. It'll upset the elves, but frankly, the elves can go fuck themselves. Oh, that rhymed. Lovely. Oh, I've said no trader required. I do want a trader. No, I want to get rid of these sodding mechanisms. God damn it. What am I to do with 40k channel points? I do need to add some stuff. See, the thing is, when I did all the bits like this, so like Crom, where you get like Arnie pop up, and then the command for summoning the racist ghost, I was intending to have those be like channel point things, so people could spend them on channel points, and then I just set them up so they were for subs, just to give the subs something to, you know, justify the madness of giving me money. I mean, I should do more streams from that, really, shouldn't I? But hey-ho, hey-ho, we don't live in a perfect world. But so I was trying to put more things like that in, but it's getting round to sitting down and doing it. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. A bit of floor will stop the trees regrowing near choke points like bridges and doorways. Yes, I am intending to build a roadway or a floorway from here to the gate, but we'll see how it goes. Actually, you know what? If I start that now, build, that's a chain, constructed floor. Is that what we want to do? Do we want to put a floor in, or do we want to put a road in? Because that is, you designate road, don't you? Designate. No, apparently not. You put a floor in, like any normal person. Unless, is there a road here? Bed, seat, burial receptacle, door, floodgate, floor hatch, wall grate, floor grate, vertical bars, floor bars, cabinet container, kennels, farm plot, weapon rack, statue, slab, table, paved road, excellent. Lowercase o. Brilliant. Okay, so we can make paved road 3 wide. And as long as it needs to be. Oh, fuck you, Dwarf Fortress. Okay, so we place a paved road there, and I want to make it out of green glass blocks, because we should have a load of those. There they are, 98 green glass blocks. Great. So then we try that again. Paved road. Oh, you got to reset it every time. Come on. Give me a break. Give me a bloody break, why don't you? There we go, and then back down to the persimmon wood logs. Let's find the green glass blocks. There they are. Shift enter. There we go. There we go. We start here where we've got the actual road. That's good. Please chop down that tree before you start building the thing. That would be ideal. Cryolite box, bronze bars. Oh, was it right at the top? Wasn't it? No. Where are the green glass blocks now then? Oh, for Christ's sake. Steel bars, business bras, orpiment, pig iron, electrum, tin, cryolite. Green glass blocks, there they are. Bang, lovely. Once this little bit's been done, we can start extending it a bit further. But I just want to get this portion down here sorted, and then we'll be all good. No, don't want that. Shift. Is that what we're going to do? Shift U, Control U, Shift U. What's making it smaller? Oh, duh. So we want it to be about there. One taller. That lines up. That lines up. Fantastic. So that can go there. And then we need to find the green glass blocks again. Oh, there they are. Boom. And then we should be able to link this up relatively straightforwardly. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Fitted just right. It's good. There we go. Okay, we'll get that built, see how it works out, and then hopefully we'll be able to extend that all the way to the edge of the map, and we won't need to worry anymore about any kind of tomfoolery or nonsense from traders. Now they've chopped a few trees down, I can see Moody Boy coming out. That's good. That's good. Can we trade with the elves quickly? Not yet. Vukar's on his way though, apparently. Is that you, Vukar? No, you're the Moody Boy. Where's Vukar? Vukar should be getting his ass up here. People are still bringing in mechanisms, which is, I suppose, good. We do want the non-masterwork mechanisms being used for trade, because that stimulates them to make more. You can box select if you want a huge area. Oh, okay, that's not the maddest idea. But we'll let this bit. We've put them in now. We'll let this get built. Right, is that tradable now? No, gotta wait for the broker to turn up. Don't do this to me again, broker. Come on. Don't make me zone you. Medtop. Are you unwell? Just give me a moment while I take a little look at Dwarf Therapist here. I'm going to sort by happiness. And our least happy fellow is... Oh, Medtob and Pablo Rasta are both very miserable. And are going to be mentally health cleansed in the near future. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, it turns out this guy's been asked to stand here for psychological reasons. So let's pull that lever and get the squishing on. Get your squish on. I think it's that one, isn't it? And pull now. There we go. That should... let's press Control M just to make sure. It is that one. It's fine. It's fine, everybody. Calm down. Stop fussing and fretting. Everything's going to be fine. Ah, yes. No, just need to put that melt metal object order in so that that actually gets done. There we go. Nice. I noticed this was backed up a bit. Okay, back down. Has the microcline stockpile... Oh, looking good. Nearly done with all this microcline, lads. There we go. Dump those. Hopefully that will get filled up. Well, I say filled up. Hopefully a few more bits will appear in there. And then we can move on to the orthoclase like we wanted to. Ah, the doctrines of harvesting want their place. That's fine. We can do that. We can do that. Priority number 6. Let's dig you out here. Doctrines of harvesting. Away! There we go. And then... Yeah. Bump, bump. Doesn't need to be too big. That should do the trick. Good. Nice. So back down to the mines. Let's see if that's all getting done like we hoped. What? Oh, they don't... Oh, crap. Silly, optimistic me believed that they would do the digging without being told... Oh, no, of course they stop. It just doesn't pause it and focus on it. Idiot. Oh my god, can't knock a capacitor off the motherboard. That's no good. Heavens above. Okay, we've got a lot of engraving masterpieces happening. That's good. That's making the value of whatever room the engraving is happening in much, much higher. So I am going to have to redo every single one of these designations, aren't I? Oh, fuck. That said, I suppose I could dig down the middle at one priority and then have everything else done after the fact? Oh, I don't know. What have we suddenly skipped to? Oh, begun a mysterious construction. Very nice. Just what we were hoping for. Just what we were hoping for. Oh my god, it's 3:10 and I've basically not even got close to caught up with the things that have been lost. Highly disappointing. highly disappointing. It looks like this area that had the tree on it as well has not accepted the road. So build, paved road, right there, and please make it out of green glass blocks. Green glass? Green glass. Where are you, green glass? No? Not going to work? Rock salt. Green glass, there we go. Nice. Okay. Have they actually started installing any of this green glass yet? Doesn't look like it. They're bringing all the wood in. I did put a lot of chopping orders down, didn't I? It's probably going to be quite a lot of hauling going on. Also, I turned off the auto clean shit, so these corridors are going to get super vomity super quickly. Hello, Game Night 900. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Nearly said welcome back there. You catch us at a particularly vomity moment in the fortress's history. We had a crash a little while ago, and so a lot of work that was done earlier was undone, and I'm feeling a little bit salty about it. Just a teensy weensy bit salty. Yeah, let's. No, we haven't gone past the hot rock zone, but they still keep pausing it. That's the problem. So even though it doesn't go, pause everything and we'll come down here, they do stop digging. So we do have to redesignate it repeatedly. But that's not the end of the world. It'll work out. I mean, I have to stop pretty soon. It's 3:15 in the morning here. So what I should probably do is grab my phone and see who else is playing Dwarf Fortress so I can give somebody a lovely little raid. What the hell? What's that noise? Oh, it's my phone. There we go. Let's just unplug the phone. Get rid of that. Open up the Twitch app. Oh, God. Let's have a little look. Who is streaming Dwarf Fortress? Well, there's 50 people watching. Oh, and almost half of them are watching me. We've got Uruzrune streaming, Niradan and Echo Chamber Show. You know what? Let's raid Uruzrune. Haven't raided him in a little while, and seeing as we know Uruzrune relatively well, it's a good choice for going in at the end of the stream. And it's an easy decision to make. Easy peasy. Right, here we go. Diggly wiggly, boys. Get down here to do the digging as best you can. It's not so bad. We don't have to keep unpausing it. We just have to do the designations normally and then come out. So it will be a lot quicker to dig through here. Part of me is tempted to quick save, but also part of me is like, I can't be bothered to wait for the quick save. Come on. That's not in line with the slapdash ethos of this channel. This channel's all about the how's the worst that could happen. It's not all about the let's be very careful, micro-planning. Then again, probably would get further if it was. Probably do a lot better. Still, never mind. Well, I'm doing alright, thank you very much, Game Night. Chat seem pretty happy too, but I'm sure they'll be happy to inform you themselves. See that voice going there? I'll be happy to inform you. Doran Oslanlarok, the manager, has created hiccups. Eniakat Zengodluslem. A catastrophe of Kogisun leather quiver. He claims it as a family heirloom. I think this is the same as the previous one. Exactly the same item has been created. Beguiler Goals, the dignified puzzle. No, yes, it is the same. It is the same. Maybe I won't bother reading this one out. It's slightly different, but not the most amazing. It's mostly about a pair of very nice leggings that was made, which I'm sure it was a fascinating story and rippled and reverberated throughout the dwarven zeitgeist for months. But unfortunately, I don't think it's that exciting as a topic for an artifact. A bit sad, really. Come on, it's not that exciting. We're down to 24 and 25 frames a second. It seems like turning off the old thingamajig that was cleaning up and moving all the crap into the stockpiles may have been a mistake. But we do have a vampire in the correct zone for capture, so that's good. Once they pulled that lever, we can open this one and everyone can get on with their lives without being drained like a Capri Sun. Okay. How's the digging down here going? Slow as fuck. There we go. Keep digging, boys. Don't stop. Don't stop digging. something, something. Wigging. No, it doesn't work. Oh, we've had a herbalist missing for a week. I'm guessing that's the guy I ordered smushed. Yes, look. Very much in the down position. Well, let's pull it back up. Let's pull her back up and make sure that we don't accidentally flip the next one into the air, because that'll be no good, will it? There we go. There we go. Oh, look, we've got our 10 silver hammers. That's good. We're doing pretty well. Back in action. Has the microcline situation developed? It looks like it has. We may well have actually managed to stockpile all of the microcline in the fortress, but I know for a fact that as we dig down in the deep mines, we are going to uncover more microcline, because this is all microcline here. So we'll leave the microcline stuff active just for a little while longer. Just for a little while longer. You will lose FPS without that on, probably with all that magma action, more than likely. Hello, Kitsune Lord 99. I've seen many games like this with the sidebar and all, and I find them quite hard to get into due to how confusing the controls and things you can do are. True, this game does have a certain level of complexity about it, but it's digestible. I mean, any of these games, like your what's the other one? Caves of Kud, Tome, all those kind of things. They have a bit of an inertial weight when it comes to the learning curve. But you know, put in a little time. It's not too difficult. Dwarf Fortress it looks more difficult than it is. I would say it's not actually a difficult game. It's got a difficult interface. That's what's going on there. I found so many great streams, including this one this week. Well, last week. Well, yeah, I suppose now it is a whole new week. A whole new week of Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays, and Sundays too, except only one of each, because that's how a week works. Anyway, here we go, the musical interlude. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I recommend the Dwarf Fortress category for a little looking for good streamers. There's a very friendly community here, and to be honest, you don't actually have to be a Dwarf Fortress player to appreciate the nice community we have going on. Actually, like there's a lot of raiding going on. Like everybody's raiding everybody else. Everyone's being nice. I like it. Dwarf Fortress is one of the best games to stream on Twitch, without exception. It's really, really good. If you are a streamer, I would heartily recommend you give Dwarf Fortress a little tickle, because it's highly likely to increase your viewer count. For me, at least, it doubled it instantaneously, the second I started playing it, which is nice, isn't it? It's big growth, 100% jump. Ooh, lovely tingles. There we go. Keep digging. Get this tunnel sorted. I would like you to dig that out pretty rapidly, right? That would be nice if you could just do the diggly wiggly there and there. Brilliant. Excellent. Build floodgates. I want one here. That'll do. I want one here and I want one here. Good. And then if we go up a floor, I would like to build... No, not that. No, a lever. And I want to put it there. Let's make it with good mechanisms. One there. Oh, I don't need the one. Only need the one. It is fine. There we go. Put a bit more swirl on. We're in overtime on the stream right now, to be honest. I should be winding up because it's 3:20 and I should really get some sleep. But, you know, it's just not happening. Diggy. Let's get these out. Iglick says, DF is a great storytelling game. That's why I like it. To hear about the events of the dwarves. I mean, as I understand it, when Tarn Adams and his brother got cracking on the game, that was the initial sort of thought, as I understood it. Like the whole thing was like a random, an RNG story generator. Not totally random, of course. It's got like rules and shit, because it's a game. A game has to have rules. Games are defined by their having of rules, partially. But Yeah, I mean, it was like one of their big things to make something that will create like an infinite stream of stories. And I think they've already proved successful in that regard, right? There's a lot of people loving a lot of stories out of Dwarf Fortress. I mean, I remember, what was that one called? Boat Murdered? That was a really good one where they did the little illustrations. There's been a ton of them. There's been some fantastic stories. Ah, dear. Sorry, I'm getting tired now, so there'll be moments of reverie like this, where I gaze at the screen and just go quiet for a moment and have a little bit of a slack jaw moment. It's good. It's good. It's nice. It allows my brain to turn off for a second and refresh. What the hell have I done here? There we go. Good, good. Good, good. Okay, come on, get down here and start digging. Ah, nice. So the floodgate's going in. There's the first one. Has the lever gone in yet? Well, I never. Hello, Mr. Lever. And connect to floodgate, connect to that floodgate, and use a couple of high quality mechanisms. Mechanisms? Mechanisms. Ooh, those elves, are they still at the depot? No, we lost the opportunity to trade. Shit. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Elves aren't that exciting to trade with, but it would have been nice to get rid of some of the shit tier mechanisms we've been building. I want to stimulate a little bit of creation. That's what I want to do. Yeah, Boat Murdered. I think Boat Murdered is a lot of people's first introduction to Dwarf Fortress, to be honest. They read the story and go, oh, this is interesting. What's all this about? And then they slowly get sucked into the actual game itself, and everything gets very exciting from there on in. Right, let's add pull. Now, there we go. Is that the right one? That might not be the right one. Let's cancel it. No, don't, no. Oh, Christ, don't remove it. Good lord. Right, Control M. Oh, it is the inner door. Shit. Okay. Add, pull, Shift P. There we go. Now, good. Right, that should open up the inner door and allow our vampires to have a little kiss and a cuddle if they want. Because that's the kind of thing vampires get up to, isn't it? Touching each other's bobs and willies. I mean, obviously, we've had a very long discussion about vampires this stream already, and that didn't come up. But, you know, maybe it is the way they behave. Who knows? I got attacked by a weir mammoth earlier and could hear echoes of Boat Murdered on the Wind. Yeah, man. Didn't they have elephants, wild, crazy elephants that needed to be burned alive to be got rid of? Or am I misremembering there? It's full of little stories too. I currently have a child in my fort that keeps taking this artifact toy axe to his room to play make-believe with. I know it's just game mechanics, but I can't help to think that the kid is stealing away with the artifacts and hiding it from the other kids. Yeah, imagine getting caught as well. Orist, where's the toy artifact? And then, no, it was one of those toys that gets put in like a display cabinet, collected by some kind of, like a huge millionaire nerd. A huge millionaire nerd? I mean, the way I said that implies someone physically huge who is a millionaire nerd. Well, what I meant was someone who's a huge nerd and also a millionaire. Like that guy who's got a warehouse with one of every single piece of Star Wars merchandise in it. Have you seen that? He's managed to collect one of everything ever made in the Star Wars licensing program. Insane. I should probably get that squad to stop being stationed in there so they can get on with their training. Because if there's one thing vampires are good for, it's training. Get them training forever and a day, and they'll end up being super good at whatever you got them training. Usually weapon skills, right? Certainly if they're in a barracks like mine. Oh, look at all those stupid low-grade mechanisms they've brought back from the trade depot. This is what you get when you trade with elves. A massive amount of faff. Huge pain in the arse. Right. Let's get back down into the deep mines and start redesignating some of these stone bits because they keep stopping. Sooner or later we'll get round there. It'll be fine. It will be fine. A forgotten beast made of water that shot webs and about 120 evil dwarves attacked and all got dropped into lava crossing my evil moat. That's nice. nice. It is nice to have a moat built over magma, a moat filled with magma that you can drop or flip people into. Do you remember that one I had? I put like a drawbridge over the volcano in order to sacrifice people, and because I'd set it up wrong, it flipped them into the air like 10 Z levels, and then if you were lucky, they would come back down into the magma making a big old splash. But if you were unlucky, they sort of thudded on the outside of the volcano cone. Very messy. Very messy. Gravity is one of the messier tools of murder, it has to be said. Although it is also one of the cheaper and more effective tools of murder. I mean, if you just fling someone off a building, I mean, job's done. Wipe your hands, walk away. You know, gravity's going to take care of the rest. I mean, if you're trying to drown people, they could float. That's not going to work, is it? You can't drown something that's floating. I mean, you could make it float face down, but whatever. A series of flippy bridges, one to another, ending in a volcano would be awesome. Oh, that would be amazing. Like aerial faith plates in Portal 2. Boing, boing, boing. Just send them flying, and then the final one lets them hit that magma. From a nice altitude, too. Because as we know, magma hasn't got a lot of give in it. It's very dense, it's very thick, and I think if you hit it, you wouldn't make a plop. I don't think you'd plop. It'd be more of a thud sizzle. Less of a... Oh, that went wrong. There we go. Less of that and more of a sort of bang. Like an enormous lump of ham hitting some intensely heated rock. Well, game night, if you leave it watching, you are probably going to end up in Uruz Rune's chat, because he's the streamer I'm going to be raiding very shortly. It's 3:30 in the morning. In fact, I tell you what, I better do it. I better do it imminently, because otherwise we're going to be in deep doo-doo. I say that. We're not going to be in deep doo-doo. No one's going to be in deep shit. I'm just going to be tired, and my babbling and nonsense will become slurred, and people will think I'm either having a stroke or I'm an alcoholic, which, you know, isn't the case. I am having no strokes, and I am not an alcoholic. So, good for me. Hooray. Anyway, pressing escape, saving the game. There we go. Those of you watching the recording on YouTube, thanks very much. I'll see you later. Bye. There we go.